How big a box is it, Terry?
Holds probably
Oh,
about 10 reams of paper, so it's huge.
I like starting the show with that question, by the way.
How many? How big the box was?
Yeah.
Oh.
How big a box is it, Terry?
It's a big box.
Really?
A very big box.
Uh-huh.
And it was.
And you're hurting
full.
already this morning? Your
Well,
back
I'm
is
sweating, and yes, my back, and oh my gosh.
Sweating might be from the age, though.
No, it's not from the age. I had to work for it.
It may not have anything to do with you carrying up a box of paper up the stairs. You may just be getting hot flashes at this point.
No, not quite there. I know
So you're mad at some of the men who work around here?
Yes, it's not. I mean,
You're not mad at us because we weren't here.
No.
You're mad just in general, the people who work here all through the day.
Right, because I mean, they use the copier all day long. And they know that they need tons of paper.
Right.
So why, when I walk in this morning to do what I need to do, I have no paper.
But you're saying, even though they know they need it, the box is so damn big and intimidating and just exerting that they're too big of pussies to bring it up themselves.
I mean, and that's the only thing I can come to because, I mean, is it that hard to go downstairs and get the big box of paper?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, and how can you not? We just started. Terry Free is already complaining this morning about the fact that she had to spend the first minutes of her day bringing up a big box of
big box
paper.
It was
up the stairway or up the elevator, or we have an elevator.
No, I know, but there's a lot of walking involved because you have hallways. But here's the other thing.
Show me with your legs how big the box is, Terry.
Really?
I mean your hands. Show me with your hands.
Big.
Oh, that big?
Like that.
That's a size.
I was struggling.
That's the size of a college refrigerator.
It was big.
You could have just grabbed one ream out of it,
But see, that's no. I'm trying to be nice to everybody
Terry's
because I know that everybody needs paper, and one ream of paper
Guys
will
like
be done.
Steven grab one ream.
Yeah,
No, I don't do that.
Right? Yeah, he does. That's what he suggested.
We just heard from Steven what he does, and now he's trying to deny it.
Oh, you can grab one sheet.
Right.
Well, no, I'm just saying if it was too heavy for her, she should have done that.
But again,
Terry's a tough girl, and you're not a tough girl.
Again, I guess that does tell you that there's a bunch of pussies up here.
Oh, geez. So
Boy,
Terry,
just suggesting something.
So Terry brought up a box of paper that is good enough for everyone on the floor.
Right.
And
to last at least until tomorrow morning.
And with a floor
and then some.
And with a floor dominated by men, you would have thought that one of the men would have stepped up and brought up the box on his own.
Is it that tough, really?
But Terry had to take the initiative and put that thing on her back and carry it up here like she was going out of a burning building with a small child on her.
It was pretty heavy, about 25,
and
30 pounds.
You want everyone that may be on their way in or getting dressed this morning and works on this floor that knows about the paper situation. You want them to be aware of the fact that they're big pussies that couldn't bring up a box of paper on their own, knowing that it desperately needed it. Right. And you would like them to file in one by one this morning and apologize to you, Terry. I can make that happen.
Please do.
I can make that happen for you if you want.
I just want to know, what are you thinking?
And starting with Kilbreth, he's going to file in one by one. He knows the paper situation.
Right.
He knows that he's a man.
Right.
And he knows... he knows that he could have been the one to take up the initiative, step up, and brought up a box of reams of paper.
Right.
And
know it was out.
And spared you the situation.
I didn't know it was out.
Steven's claiming he had no knowledge of the paper situation.
I don't use it as much
as
Terry does, that's for sure.
But you know I use paper. I mean, and...
Well, you could have asked me. I would have done it.
But there are dozens of other guys on a floor, as I said, Terry, dominated by men.
Yes.
You know there are other guys that knew the paper situation.
Yeah, and
just were like, nah.
Yeah, there's
someone else will do it. Maybe that big husky Terry Free will do it.
I'm not training for the Olympics here, okay?
Maybe that's why a couple of guys asked me when Terry was getting here. That's probably why.
Gosh.
If I just saw Terry carrying a paper or a box of paper, I said, "Oh, she's finally replacing the paper she's been stealing for 10 years." Yeah, isn't that nice?
Or she's putting it right into her car.
More in the trunk of her car. Yes, school supplies.
I bypass the whole building here and head to my trunk.
It's the school supplies time of year. And that's all people would have thought, Terry.
Conscious got the best of her, huh? She's returning the paper. That's nice.
But
you're angry this morning. You're angry, and you're physically worn down already.
I am.
And we're not going to get our best work out of you.
No, sorry.
When will
Blame it on the fellas.
When will we sometime ever get the best work out of you, Terry?
Hard to tell.
Wow.
One of these
days. But not today.
No, not today.
Because your back hurts.
It does.
You brought up a box yay big.
Steven, why don't you just do one ream?
Well, it just was a suggestion.
That was very telling to you when he said that?
Well, it's a suggestion to teach them a lesson.
Paisley,
I don't know what the big deal is.
Go down the hall to Steven's little closet of a broom closet studio and bring him down here to apologize face-to-face to Terry Free.
It's not my fault. Why is it my fault?
Because you knew the paper situation.
I did not know the paper situation. I haven't printed something in days.
You've already gone on record saying that you would have just brought up one ream because that's your style.
I said Terry should have done that if it was too heavy for her.
Lazy girly style. And Terry's stepping up like a man with her balls, and she's got a hernia now because she carried up a big box of paper.
If it was too heavy for her, just take one ream. That was my suggestion. It wasn't saying that's what...
I understand what you're saying, and I understand what you meant. However, understand where I'm coming from.
She's a little tougher than that.
Well, the thing is that I knew that one ream probably wouldn't last, 3 hours?
She's thinking of her fellow coworkers.
Wow, you're a nice person.
Yes, and because she's such a nice person and goes out of her way to do things that are nice for other people, you're going to step into the studio, get on one knee, and apologize to her balls.
I'm apologizing to her.
Yes, you are.
She could have asked me. I was here. She should have said, will you help me carry this box up?
Paisley,
I would have grabbed the other end.
Paisley, are you down there?
I'm here.
Well, is he going to get out of his stupid chair and come down here and apologize to Terry's balls or not?
You owe somebody an apology. Come on.
Somebody.
I'm not apologizing to anybody.
Headphones off. Come on.
Come on, Steven. The show goes no further until you're the first to step up and apologize to Terry. She's got a hurt back and
I feel bad
balls.
that she has a back, and her back, and I understand that was heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish she would have asked other people.
Come down here and just say that face to face. That's all she's asking. She's entitled to that. After all, she put the thing on her back. She tied it to her well, what's on your back? All the hair there, and she brought it up like she was some slave woman in the Philippines.
Right,
but she's playing the martyr in the situation. She could have asked anybody else first.
Steven, why didn't have time to go running around this?
You're coming down here or not?
He's coming. Come on.
Is Pacey from Georgia now? Come on.
Come on, big boy.
Yeah, something tells me this is in his blood. Paisley, yes.
I'll wheel you there.
I'll wheel you there. I want to hear that.
I want to see that.
All right, come on. What's going on here? Let's make this.
You want him to wheel me down there?
Well, in your chair?
Because he's not leaving his
chair has wheels.
I have no reason to apologize. I didn't do anything wrong.
It's amazing.
I feel bad for her that her back hurts.
Terry Frey, who you're the closest with out of everyone in this working environment, you refuse, knowing that she's angry, knowing that she's frustrated, knowing that she's blaming not just one person, she's not just blaming you, but finally, if you're not going to step up and bring up the box of paper, you can step up like a man and apologize to her and set a good precedent here for the hard labor she went through.
Well, Pasty was here. He should apologize then, too.
But you know what? Pasty, and actually, he saw me carrying the box, and his hands were full, and he said if my hands were full, then I would get it. No. He was doing something else.
Did I see you? Did I not help you?
You knew the situation of Pasty works on the third floor. You work on the fourth floor. Now, are you coming over here or not?
True.
Are you coming down here to apologize to Terry Free or not?
He's going to have to wheel me.
Okay, I'm wheeling.
No. Don't wheel him. Either he comes voluntarily or he does not.
Okay.
Not going to give him the cop-out little angle here that he's not really apologizing because he got wheeled down.
Well, I'd love to get wheeled.
You get off your chair, get off your duff, and come down here and apologize to Terry's testicles, or you do not. Make the decision now, and we'll learn a lot more about you than we ever knew before, and that's a ton, in the next couple of seconds. Now, what's it going to be?
I would like to see Terry's testicles, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're here.
Well, no, I feel bad that her back hurt. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Are you coming down here to say that or not?
Explain to me that her back hurt? Sure, I'll say that to her. That I'm sorry that her back got hurt.
Come face to face and say whatever comes to mind to Terry Free for the situation that she just described. Either come now or forever hold your peace.
So I'm speaking for everybody now, even though it had nothing to do with me.
Speaking for yourself, but you're setting a precedent for everyone. Are you coming or not? Because I don't have all day here. I got tons to do. What do I have to do today? I'm not
Hey, Bill?
3.5 more hours. What are you talking about?
Are you coming down here or not?
Sure, I'll do whatever you want me to.
Oh, see. Do what you want him to.
Mm-hmm. Terry, if you're not satisfied with the apology, what do we have for it? That is the closest thing to a whip. What do we have here?
Find one.
That box of Cheez-Its. Give me that.
Oh, no, there's a big plastic thing back there.
Vanderpool, you hit him with the Cheez-Its if you're not satisfied with the apology. If I give you the signal, or if you're personally not satisfied with the apology, just smack him over the back with the Cheez-Wits. What is it called? Cheez-Its?
Cheez-Its.
Yeah, Cheez-Its.
I love those when I was a kid.
I know.
Great snack. All right, here he comes. Whenever you're ready, you can kneel before Terry Free and say whatever comes to mind, if anything comes to mind. Kneel before Terry. No, you don't have to. No, you have to get on one knee, dude. And Vanderpool, get over him.
Get on top of him?
Yes. No, he's going to stand over you to make sure that this is a thorough job. If not, go ahead. Say what you need to say. Don't worry about the microphone. Don't worry about talking into the microphone. Say what you need to say. Go ahead.
I feel really bad that your knee got hurt, or that your leg got hurt, back got hurt, whatever the hell it got hurt.
Cheez-Its.
Oh, nice.
He grabbed the box of Cheez-Its away from the pool. You let him wrestle a box of Cheez-Its away from you that quick? Oh, my goodness, they're fighting over Cheez-Its.
Did you not see that?
Maybe the Poe is suspended in air. They're fighting. They're wrestling over Cheez-Its. This is what finally has put Kilbreth over the top.
Imagine if it was food that actually tastes good.
Now he's laughing too hard. This has just become a big joke. Here you are, Terry.
I was pissed.
Get the hell out of here. Go back to your freaking little studio. Why don't you bring up just one ream of paper?
That was my...
You got the Cheez-Its?
Oh, I got it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he's not going to let those back.
Are they damaged?
No, they're good. All right.
I've never had one in my life. I was looking forward to trying one.
Oh, they're awesome.
Are they really?
They're
Yes.
really not awesome. Don't let
They
them
are.
I have a hard time believing they're awesome.
They're brutal.
Why are they so brutal?
Oh, are you back at your little microphone already?
Yeah.
All right, well, you're at a... he's all out of breath.
Oh, yeah.
I lifted the little guy up.
The little guy.
Couldn't believe I got him up so high.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah. You said that on your honeymoon.
Honeymoon with his wife, or?
Oh, yeah. Rick Hyde is, honey.
The T-Man Show returns after this.
Get ready!
Yo,
Models wear pretty things like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, yeah.
That's Leo and...
Nothing prettier than wearing Leonardo DiCaprio, right, Terry?
I guess so.
I wear a knockoff. Leonardo DiCaprio. A little cheaper.
Yes.
Models wear pretty things like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Sure.
That's Leo and, whoa, she's really hot. Girlfriend Bar Raffaelli.
Oh.
Sharing a little...
Hey, we got any pictures of her, this new girlfriend of Leonardo DiCaprio's? I'm still waiting on that.
Because, whoa,
That's
she's
so
really
much
hot.
to ask.
You got a light.
In between one of your smoke breaks. Is it possible you got a picture of this new girlfriend of Leonardo DiCaprio's? Am I asking the world of you? Okay.
Models wear pretty things like Leonardo DiCaprio. That's Leo and, whoa, she's really hot. Girlfriend Bar Raffaelli.
Anything prettier than Leonardo DiCaprio wrapped around your waist, Terry? I mean, think about it. What an accessory, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What an accessory.
Sharing a little amore in Milan yesterday. It's Fashion Week in the clothing capital. Leo departed company with the Israeli model just long enough to grab the catwalk seat at the Armani show.
Israeli model, Terry.
Wow.
Standing out in Israel. Mm-hmm. You're model material. Mm-hmm. This is her right here? Okay. You were quick on that, man. I think you were ready today. How'd you get this to me so fast? Huh?
I got a new computer in here. It's working.
Yeah. Okay.
Had him in my
Say,
wallet.
man.
Sorry.
You can't win. You get it too slow or too quick.
You can win, Stephen. You can do it just right.
Ah, okay.
Although we got people on the line wanting to complain to you, Terry, for you saying you should be having to do a little work around here for a change.
What?
And you whining about having to carry up a big box of paper. You should just shut up and get on with your day.
Oh, okay.
Now, do you want to talk to some of those people? You want to do some stories? You want to wait?
Whatever.
And
whatever.
it's all ladies on the line wanting to scream at you, Terry. It's no men that came up with that concept.
Whatever.
Ladies are saying, Terry, tell Terry to shut her friggin' butt and do a little work around the station for a change.
I vote for the show going that direction.
Let's talk. All right, give me a couple of quick stories here, Terry. So you are actually making it seem like you're doing some work. And then if those ladies want to hang on and vent, they'll have an opportunity. Go ahead.
See, she's utilizing the paper.
I am. All of us are in this studio. First of all,
what would we do without Terry's hard labor?
Terry Irwin, Steve Irwin's widow.
The crocodile hunter?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Did an interview with Barbara Walters, and it airs tonight, by the way.
Very exciting.
And
I can't wait to get home and not watch that tonight.
Oh, actually, it should be interesting. But anyway, she says that the footage of her husband's death will never air.
You gonna sit around tonight watching the crocodile hunter's wife be interviewed by Barbara Walters?
Well, you know, anybody interviewed by Babs.
You got a lot of time on your hands, a lot of free time in your day if you're gonna plan on watching the crocodile hunter's wife.
Why not?
I have tons of free time too, and I ain't watching the crocodile hunter's wife be interviewed. So you're sad? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, what are we gonna get out of this?
Yeah, I think you nailed it.
Well, that's
I'm
kinda...
sad.
So the past couple of months has been a roller coaster ride for you, crocodile hunter wife? Yes, kind of. Okay, let's take a commercial break. I'm lost without Wozy. I don't need it, Terry.
Okay, all right. All right.
His death really stung. Oh, what did I say? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oops.
What else?
Oh, geez, you guys.
So that's on tonight.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
is on tonight, 10 o'clock, ABC.
I mean, are we predicting what she's going to say? Or?
Well, I mean, she does say, she talks about how Steve had talked about his death a lot and said that he didn't think he'd live a long life, but, and he, like she said, you'll never see the footage. It won't.
Who'll never see the footage?
Nobody will ever see the footage.
We'll never see the footage.
Of her husband's death, never.
I would step right into the set if I was one of the cameramen and say, I will see the footage. Don't worry, honey. The internet is a fabulous, wonderful, terrific place. And sometime in the future, your husband's death at the hands of a mere little scorpion, what was it?
Stingray.
A stingray is going to show up on the internet. So think again, honey.
In fact, we have the coverage now, so let's go to it.
Live. This is the first time you've ever seen it. If Barbara just springs it on her tomorrow.
Whoa, yeah, she hasn't even seen it either.
That'd be kind of rude.
Yeah.
But don't worry. His wife is saying it'll never be seen.
Right.
She can forget about that idea.
Yeah, she says...
Somebody's going to find it, throw it up on the internet. It'll be on YouTube in a week.
Oh. Well,
so
we'll see about that.
And that I will watch.
Oh, you'll watch the YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah, well.
Not that I got some kind of gruesome thing going on here. Just that's a curiosity thing. That's sad, no doubt, but I'm going to watch it.
Right.
I'm not going to cry. Yeah, as I said, I mean, there are a lot more people that cry over them dying than the crocodile hunter.
Right.
He got what was coming to him. You hang out with the wrong crowd, and these things happen.
Right.
Now, what else is happening, Terry?
It looks like
Not saying he deserved it, but he shouldn't have been dancing with the stars there.
Whoa, speaking of dancing,
he could have been on next season.
Oh yeah, he could have. You know that.
I don't think he really is kicking himself over that in heaven.
Damn it!
I was in the on-deck circle for Dancing with the Stars, and I had to hang out with one too many of the wrong kind of creatures there.
I'm sure he'd rather be alive, though.
Hey, Trish. Trish, are you there?
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
I work in an office, and I think if it's the first time that Terry's had to carry a box to refill the copier, that's
she should
really
shut her
sad.
butt and just keep it to herself. Is that what you're saying?
No, but to turn around and blame Stephen for it was
I didn't blame Stephen for it.
She blamed all the men in the office
to take
for
your
it.
frustration out on Stephen was just sad. And like I said, if you've only had to fill a copier once, then that's pretty good for as long as you work there.
Actually, I haven't had to fill the copier once. I've done it numerous times.
But Trish is right. You're bitching and moaning, Terry, about having to carry a box from point A to point B in the office. And it's about time, Trish is saying, that you stepped up and showed your worth around here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just
Come
think
apologize to me now.
Terry, you're going to have to go down to Steven's studio, get on one knee, and apologize to his testicles.
No, that's not right.
I don't think she has to do that, but...
You know what? If anybody has never carried anything, that is Stephen R. Kilbreath. I don't think he's ever...
When did this turn into
Well, it's
being mad
hard
at
to
me?
blame Stephen R. Kilbreth for not carrying anything in his life. He has not a muscular part of his body anywhere to be found, Terry.
He is pretty soft.
I've never seen a grown man without any muscle structure whatsoever.
True.
But that's who Stephen is.
I've filled the copier before.
And Trish can speak from experience because she's carrying one wheelbarrow from the next all day long in her job, I'm sure.
Well, I take my turn, yeah, but I just think it was way unfair to lash out and make Stephen come down and apologize.
Yes, and you couldn't be more right, and I'm really embarrassed that Terry made that happen, and I think an apology is due back to Stephen Kilbreth and his boss. But
there you go.
Terry, being the stubborn bunt that she is, refuses to do that, so we're not going to hit her with Cheez-Its. That happens after the show. All right?
Okay.
Okay, what do you do, Trish?
I work in accounting.
For what kind of company? What do you do? An accounting
for
office?
a demolition company.
Oh.
Wow.
Why do you have to go around demolishing stuff?
Yeah, I don't actually get to do that. I pay the people to do that.
Demolition company.
That'd be kind of interesting.
That'd be fun.
Actually.
Trish, my overtime's not on here. What the hell?
I got a wrecking ball with your name on it, honey.
What kind of car do you drive? Just curious.
So you work for you sign up, you go for the interview with the demolition company. I don't think you can complain about carrying a box.
No.
Okay, so you work in maybe a less dainty atmosphere than Terry Free around here.
Oh, no, I work in a very classy office.
Oh, is that right?
I don't ever see the field work, but...
Okay. Well, it's very exciting that you share that with us.
We destroy things with tuxedos on. It's very classy.
Very classy, yeah.
Maybe not that classy.
So you wear a corsage to work every day?
No.
What do you wear? What time do you get to work usually? What?
I'm sitting in the parking lot at work right now.
Really? I bet you are. I bet you've been there a couple of times in your work days. Huh? Yes?
Well, no.
With Don Demolition, the boss? You haven't been in the parking lot a couple of times with him? Don't pretend like you don't know Donald. Everyone in that business knows Donald.
Oh, and he's a great demolitioner. He can really
thanks for the scoop, Terry.
bring somebody down.
He doesn't have to be a great demolitioner. He owns the company.
That's funny. Oh, my gosh.
You know he wants to demolish your guts.
Whoa!
Right or wrong? Where are you now, Trish? Huh? Were you talking to me? Oh.
I'm just listening.
Okay. And she's nodding yes.
She is. She listens.
So do you want
I was just calling to defend Steven.
And you want to fight,
nice.
and in the same token, you want to fight Terry is what you're saying. You want to
No.
You want to challenge Terry to a
box lifting competition? No.
to some kind of ultimate fighting, your company against my company moment
Wow.
here. Right? Is that what you're
No,
saying? You want to come down here, have a hair-pulling contest with Terry Free until one of the two of you screams for the other to stop. Is that what you're saying? Because we could arrange that before 10 o'clock this morning. Would you like that?
No. No, I can't do that.
Would you rather fight Terry or screw Steven? Because you have to do one or the other.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, you called up with very strong opinions, and now you got to back them up. You either got to choose. Do you want to fight Terry to the death, or do you want to screw Steven to the death?
Wow. That means something.
What would you rather do?
I pick option 3.
And what's option 3? Hang up the
Anything
phone
else?
and forget this ever happened. No.
Stand underneath the wrecking ball.
Trish, I'm sorry. There is no option 3. You have to decide right
There's
now.
always an option 3.
Maybe in your world, but not in this world that you've stumbled onto today.
Welcome to our world.
Would you rather fight Terry Free?
Right.
Actually, no, I change it. Would you rather fight Stephen Kilbreath or screw Terry Free?
Wow.
Oh,
How
my.
did that work?
That's your option 3. So you got 3 options now. You could either fight.
I'll fight Steven.
You'll fight Steven.
Yes.
That's your best chance.
Yes.
Terry's a little too tough for you.
And I ain't screwing
I
him.
don't want to hurt her.
You don't want to screw Steven. You don't want to fight Terry. You want to fight Steven.
So you want to hurt me, huh?
No. I don't want to hurt anybody.
Steven's trying to prolong this sexual talk between him and the caller as long as possible. No, she's changed the subject, Steven. She doesn't want to screw you. She wants to fight you.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Yeah.
Scratch me one more time.
I was calling up to defend Steven.
Yeah, we got the point of why you called already. Thank you. We've moved on from that.
I understand he doesn't like people to do that, okay? So that's why you're fighting me now.
All right. Trish, we'll
Yeah,
let you off the hook.
All right.
All right?
Thank you.
We'll let the hooker off the hook. You're not a hooker, are you? Are you?
No.
Oh, geez. Okay. All right. Thank you for the call, then.
Thank you.
Yeah, take care. Damn.
That would have been an interesting twist, though.
How many, oh, geez, interesting twist. How many pounds would you have said, Terry, that box of paper that you're whining about this morning was? Would you say it was a 25 and over kind of box or 25 and under?
25 and over. Probably about 25 to 30 pounds. I'm guessing.
All right, that's not the heaviest box in the world of boxes,
But
Terry.
it's kind of awkward because it's filled and it's big with, it just was an awkward little...
I've carried a couple of heavier boxes than that across the hallway and into the bedroom.
Yeah.
Wow.
Try carrying the fat girl out of the club. Come on. Don't throw up. Please don't throw up. Please
We're
don't
talking
throw
about
up.
some heavy boxes there.
Just make it to my car. It's right over here. It's over
That's
here.
right.
It's over here.
I'll just throw you in the trunk. You won't know the difference.
That is so...
God, I hope nobody's on this.
So stop, I guess, the bottom line that we're starting to conclude here, Terry, is stop complaining.
Okay. Yeah.
Or else all the women of the listening audience are going to come down on you. You won't know what hit you, baby.
Whoa.
And I know you love to know what hit you.
I do.
Okay.
The T-Man Show.
Don't you know?
We'll return after this.
The rumor that one of David Hasselhoff's daughters attempted suicide spread like wildfire.
Oh, nice. It has not been a good month for the Hasselhoffs, Terry.
No, it hasn't.
The divorce.
Yeah.
All the talk about that, and now one of his daughters attempted to commit suicide.
Sounds like...
Man. Yeah, I'd put that under the heading of not the best month in the world.
The rumor that one of David Hasselhoff's daughters attempted suicide spread like wildfire.
Right.
Today, though, David's speaking out about what really happened.
Oh, jeez.
David Hasselhoff.
She's fine. Leave us alone. Don't worry. Right. Everything's cool. With Scotch taped her jugular back together, she's going to be wonderful.
Nothing to see here.
I just think that sounds a little callous. Your daughter attempted suicide, you're just telling the reporter she's fine. Get away.
Well, he's just trying to keep it a private issue. If that's the case.
Then just don't sound so angry about it. Just be like, no comment. Just move on.
Right.
I don't know. He sounds so abrasive about it. He's probably using the same tone with her. You're fine. This family is fine. We've never been better. Stop with those sad faces.
Walk it off, honey.
Walk it off.
It's a time for understanding and a little bit of mourning, and these daughters are probably going through a lot. How old is this daughter that supposedly attempted suicide? 14? This is really sad.
It is.
Man.
The rumor that one of David Hasselhoff's daughters attempted suicide spread like wildfire. Today, though, David's speaking out about what really happened.
Fine.
He's fine.
David Hasselhoff setting the record straight.
Yeah. He was actually scratched by a cat.
Oh, he's saying it wasn't suicide.
Right.
That was just one big pussy, Terry. It came up, and the cat's having a real difficult time with the divorce, and it's lashing out. It's not my daughter. She's fine.
Right.
Cat tore to ribbons, though.
Jeez.
Okay, well, there you go. It wasn't a suicide.
There you go, yeah.
She was scratched by a cat.
He was actually scratched by a cat.
Extras learned Hasselhoff called 911 before
Why has he always got to be, on, He sounds like he's in that David Hasselhoff cool mode,
Because he's the Hoff.
Your daughter has got some kind of problems here.
Oh, yeah.
And you can just sound a little bit more sympathetic to it.
Right.
She was actually scratched by a cat.
How did you get the pills in her mouth?
Yeah, really.
That damn cat. Very sneaky.
He was actually scratched by a cat.
Extras learned Hasselhoff
Scratched by a cat. Dude, man. Even if that's the case, just sound
straight.
He was actually scratched by a cat.
Extras learned Hasselhoff called 9.
Total geek, man. Just happened to be good looking and wowed some Europeans with his singing, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
And he's
They love him
still
there.
too carried away with himself. Yeah. Your daughter needs you.
Right.
And you're out at galas talking to the paparazzi about the big pussy in the family room there. Please.
Extras learned Hasselhoff called 911 before boarding his flight to Spain after his older daughter alerted him that his younger daughter was severely scratched by the family cat at their L.A. home. And although Hasselhoff just went through a bitter divorce with ex-wife Pamela Bach, he's not pointing any fingers about the suicide rumors right now.
You blame anybody. I'm like the cat.
Oh, jeez.
Still stuck with the cat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe you should stop making music videos in leather pants. Maybe you should. That'll be okay.
Then where's the income going to come from?
If you saw Jerry in leather pants making a music video, you may take the same way. I'm out of here.
You mean my dad?
Yeah.
But he is a sexy beast, that Hoff.
Is that right?
I guess so.
So he was in Spain when this whole thing happened.
Yeah.
I didn't hear him taking the first plane home.
Well, no, he called 911 from Spain instead.
Even if they're just rumors, you may want to go home and investigate whether your daughter was scratched by a cat or it was, as some are saying, that she tried to commit suicide.
Right.
Now there are rumors, there's talk this morning that Terrell Owens tried to commit suicide yesterday.
Serious?
Yes. I don't know if it's true or not, but he had to be rushed to the hospital because of painkiller complications.
Uh-oh.
Having to work for Bill Parcells to do that to anyone.
Well, at least he's working.
Mm-hmm. There's your silver lining, I guess. I don't know what that means. Of course he's going to be working. He's the most talented wide receiver in
I
football.
understand that, but he's very controversial as well.
All right. Only adds to the excitement and the interest in teams signing him, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, okay.
But that's the talk this morning. Did Terrell Owens, in the past 24 or 48 hours, try to kill himself? That's what some people are saying. I don't know if that's true. Could have been the cat.
The cat.
But he had to be taken to the hospital and
stomach pumped and all that? Really? Interesting.
More details as they become available, as we say in the trade. Terry, what else do you have? We got a bill to pull in about 5-10 minutes. What do you have?
Yeah,
there?
that's true. You do. It looks like Paris Hilton will be charged. Well, she has been charged with DUI, and that's from her arrest on September 7th. She is scheduled to be arraigned tomorrow in the L.A. Superior Court there.
Is she going to show up, or she's going to be represented by attorneys?
She'll be represented. She doesn't have to show up there.
See her slink into the courthouse, Terry, and be told, what is she facing? What is she looking at?
Well, the maximum sentence she could get is 6 months in prison and a $1,000 fine.
So she could get 6 months. She's not going to get 6 months in prison, but she could.
She could. That's the maximum.
That'd be really cool. There are a few ladies right now licking their nipples in prison, thinking of Paris joining them in their cell by this time Friday.
Right. But this is her first time, so she's the first-time DUI offender, and that means probably a fine and some probation.
Even if she was a third-time offender, Paris ain't going to jail.
Right.
Somebody's getting her off of her potential jail time.
Oh, I'm sure.
Damn, that'd be fun, though.
Yeah.
Day one of Paris in jail.
A new reality show.
Yes.
The real simple life.
Yeah. She'll also be ordered to attend some kind of alcohol awareness program, and she may have her driver's license suspended. But
she needs that. Just call Gerard to take you to the 7-Eleven, where I'm sure she's going all the time.
All right.
All right.
So
there is some minute chance she could be sent off immediately to jail.
Yeah.
Because that's how they do the DUI offenders. They put them in the handcuffs and they whisk them right off to jail, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyway. All right.
So, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. What else?
At her arraignment. Looks like Grey's Anatomy and Desperate Housewives actually beat CSI in last week's rating.
Grey's Anatomy's taking over the world.
Yeah, it looks like
all the ladies of the world. The world is getting gayer by the second. And Grey's Anatomy is certainly a sign of that.
Well, but your wife loves it, doesn't she?
She's very gay.
Well, but it is definitely a girly show, I guess, right?
I would think so, Terry.
Yep.
Yes.
Dancing with the Stars, which was on last night, was number 4.
Well, thanks for bringing us back to the real world, Terry.
Yeah, finally something masculine to talk about.
Thanks for balancing the story out.
Jeez.
Dancing with the Stars is also tearing it up in the ratings.
It is.
I have to apologize. The world is not gayer than ever. Something's got to be right if Dancing with the Stars is being watched by millions and millions.
Controversial last night. People were breaking the rules.
Oh, I know.
Unbelievable.
They did.
It was on again last night. Why does it just seem like it's on every night? Just to taunt me or what?
I think it is on every night.
Every 10 nights a week.
Someone sent a big cat into the studio right now.
Just lay there and take
Yes,
it.
please. I'm going to lay down voluntarily. Do what you need to do.
I'll step on its tail to really piss it off.
Please, do me a favor. I can't take it.
And by the way,
Dancing with the Stars, Grey's Anatomy. What the hell's going on?
and don't forget Desperate Housewives also beat it, too.
And Monday Night Football can't get big enough ratings to stay on ABC.
I know.
Everyone's gay now.
That's fine.
My boyfriend and I watch it every week.
Is your boyfriend, too?
Yeah.
Tell me I was the only one.
But Emmett Smith is going to be on Rachel Ray's show today.
Huh?
Emmett Smith.
Oh, so that's, again, just another sign of the times, Terry. Dancing with the Stars, big-time superstar.
Yeah,
Emmett
he's
Smith
doing
is going to
well.
go from whirly-twirlying to making some cookie batter in
30 minutes.
Yes. Let me tell you. Emmett Smith. As long as he gets to lick the ball, he will be there on time.
Wow.
Is he going to get to lick the ball, Terry?
I don't know.
Hey, good job. The bowl licker on that show.
I'd rather be the bowl licker on Rachel Ray's show than Martha Stewart's.
Oh, boy.
I ain't licking her ball.
Take you all day.
That's one crusty bowl, I'll tell you that right now.
Man.
That is not your primetime bowl.
You got to roll Martha in the flour.
Oh, jeez.
All right, I guess I see the wet spot. Here I go.
Oh, jeez.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are paying bills from coast to coast. Actually, just one coast, but who's counting? And at this time, if you'll roll it over on here, there, yes. Mm-hmm. I'm reaching deep. You see me reaching deep?
I see you reaching
Yeah,
deep.
world's turning gay. All right, here we go. What I got here? What do we have here this morning? Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we have been paying bills for the past number of days. One happy person after the next, finding out that stress in their lives has been minimized by the T-Man, Terry, who is paying your bills. Let's see Rachel Ray do that. Do I have to lick the bowl? Okay, leave me alone. Let's see what we have here this morning. We have, Brooke Acosta.
Okay.
Brooke Acosta of Palm Avenue in Oakland. Mm-hmm. Brooke Acosta, looks to me like you have sent us your vehicle registration bill.
Wow.
Your DMV renewal bill, and you would like us to take care of it for you. Is that right, Brooke Acosta?
Yes.
Well, we would be more than happy to do that for your Nissan 2002 four-door. The bill is in the amount, Terry. This is not just some small-ass, rinky-dink vehicle renewal bill.
Oh, really?
Well, it's not the biggest in the world, I'm sure, but it's not small. It's for $524.
That's big.
Now, why is Brooke Acosta's vehicle registration renewal notice, as it says here on the top of the bill here, for that much money?
Why?
Well, I'll tell you, because it's itemized.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Really?
Her registration fee is just a mere $40.
Okay.
Her license fee is $58. That doesn't get you to $524, does it?
No.
The weight fee? No dollars.
Wow.
Brooke Acosta is staying a trim. Because there is no additional charge for a weight fee on Brooke Acosta.
Good to know.
Way to do it.
Yeah, I know.
Of Palm Avenue. Oh, you know that's killing Steven's bank account.
Yeah, jeez.
The weight fee is murdering Kilbreath, but doing nothing to Brooke Acosta because it says under fees, registration fee 40, license fee 58, weight fee 0, special plate fee 0.
Special plate?
Well, Brooke Acosta doesn't need personalized plates to dazzle the world. She doesn't need D''licious on the back of her car. All right?
Gotcha.
Brooke Acosta's more than happy with run-of-the-mill license plate. I'm sure that's what special plate fee means, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Your special plate fee charge is $0, Brooke Acosta. Your county/district fees, $10. That's not too much to give over to the county/district.
No.
Your owner responsibility fee. Ooh. How much do you think that's for? Isn't this a fun game?
Yeah.
Owner responsibility fee. What is that?
I would say $75.
$250.
Oh, jeez. Your owner, Stephen, knows sooner or later we got to get to $524.
I know.
That's exactly right.
So.
Your owner/responsibility fee, biggest joke in the world if you ask me. Well, lucky enough, it's for $0.
Oh.
Well, that was very exciting to you guys, huh?
Well, what's the point of having it if it doesn't cost anything?
Right. Why even list
It must be costing someone something, but it's not costing Brooke Acosta anything because she's very lean, she's very trim. Now, Steven is getting raked over the coals on the owner/responsibility fee because his gut gets in the way of him turning the steering wheel.
Wow. So where does it turn into $500 and whatever?
I'm glad you asked. And I'm getting to that, Terry, because we all want to know about Brooke Acosta of Oakland, California, and her vehicle registration charges.
Right.
Smog fee.
Oh, there we go.
Because you got to pay for your share of smog, Terry.
Right.
In Oakland, smog doesn't grow on trees.
No, I know.
That's right. And her smog fee is $12.
Ooh. Not guessing anymore.
That's your allotment. We've sized up how much smog we're dealing with. And if you want to keep the smog around, Brooke, it's going to cost you $12. Otherwise, we'll ship it right on out of here. And Brooke Acosta is being charged $12 for the smog fee.
Okay.
Because they're doing a lot about that smog, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
And you're still wondering, how the hell do we get to $524?
I know.
Well, Brooke Acosta knows, but now the rest of the world is going to find out. Brooke Acosta, by the way, has 30 minutes or less to call back and have this bill taken care of because we are more than happy to pay your DMV renewal bill. Brooke, if you call 1-866-663-T-MAN, and that is toll-free, and we'll give you until 7:35 to do that, or else we pick someone else's bill.
Ooh. So there's no callback fee?
The callback fee is a mere $9.99, but we throw it a set against the knives. Okay.
Cool.
Wow. Well, Brooke Acosta apparently has some parking violations she hasn't paid for, Terry. They'll get you every time. On December 3rd, 2005, Brooke Acosta got a parking ticket.
Yeah?
In the amount of $91. Wow.
Jeez.
Well, it could be that she hasn't paid it and she got more tacked on.
Oh, right.
Parking tickets can be expensive in some cities, but I don't know if first time under the little windshield wiper it says $91. It might have said something like $75 and a late charge.
Right.
Okay, so that was on December 3rd, 2005. Well, Brooke didn't take that too seriously because on December 14th, 2005, just about 10 days later, Brooke Acosta also got a parking ticket in Oakland.
Another one?
For $91.
Oh, jeez.
I don't care if it's a hospital. I'm parking on the lawn. Say I won't.
You try to stop me. that may have rung a little bit more of a bell in Brooke's head there.
Yeah, you would think.
Because she went without getting a ticket until February 11th of 2006.
Wow.
Where she got another parking violation of $91.
Jeez, Brooke.
It's terrible. They keep track of it for you like that.
Yeah, so bad.
Well, they don't keep such great track because it also says there's one more ticket on record in the amount of $131.
Oh, wow.
So, Brooke, obviously, if someone's having a couple of issues with paying their parking tickets,
Yes.
we are more than happy. Brooke, you sent in your bill, you listen on Wild 94.9, call back in 30 minutes or less, and we will pay all the parking tickets that you've accumulated, plus your registration fee, your license fee, your smog fee.
Wow.
Because it says if she doesn't pay by 11/8/06, this $524 little registration renewal notice goes from $524 to $540, Terry. And then 10 days later, it goes to $551.
Jeez.
After December 8th, 2006, it goes to $589. Brooke, the clock is ticking.
Tick-tock.
Just a snowball heading down the mountain, my friend.
I know.
No sign of stopping.
Pretty soon, she's definitely riding dirty there.
Hey, you can't get tabs, insurance.
Yeah, can't.
Brooke, we want you to drive your Nissan 2002 four-door with all the peace of mind in the world.
Yes.
So, find a way to get through right now, toll-free, 1-866-663-T-MAN, because the T-Man is paying your bills, baby.
Nice.
Brooke,
come on,
you
Brooke.
need us. Get through.
Get connected with T-Man by dialing 1-866-663-T-Man.
That's right! It's the T-Man Show.
Yes, Brooke Acosta, is this you?
Yes, this is me.
This you, Brooke Acosta?
Yes, this is.
Oh, this is a happy moment, Terry. I'm excited because, you know, if she didn't call in, if she wasn't able to make it through, we would have to start calling her Brooke Acosta.
Yeah, no kidding.
Brooke Acosta did the very simple task of faxing in her bill to Wild 94.9, Terry. It reached our hopper. I put my hand in. I pull it out, baby.
Yep.
And now look where we are.
That's great.
There's a $10 tax machine fee, or fax machine fee, though. I hope she pays that.
Yeah, not really. Anyway, Brooke,
Yes.
what's with all the parking tickets?
See, what had happened was...
Are you laughing? Are you laughing at the law, Brooke?
The meters was broke, right?
Do you know why I pulled you? Do you know why I pulled you over there, Brooke? How are things going on Palm Avenue this morning there, Brooke?
Well, see, it wasn't my fault.
Of course not. Those damn little things are always broke.
Brooke, it wasn't your fault on December 3rd. It wasn't your fault on December 14th. And it wasn't your fault on February 11th. And it wasn't your fault when you got the $131 ticket who knows when. It wasn't your fault all those times, Brooke?
Never my fault.
What was 131? Were you speeding, or that wasn't parking, was it?
Nah, that was a loud ticket.
That was a loud?
Oh, yeah, noise.
That was you being disorderly ticket?
No, my music was up too loud and they pulled me over.
Yeah.
Brooke likes to get loud?
No, that's not her fault either. Her speakers were broken and their knob on the volume thing. Yeah.
You can't play your music loud and get away with it?
If
Well,
it's
it wasn't
outside
that loud.
You live in an apartment building? Where do you live?
I live in an apartment building.
Really?
You live in Footloose?
You making it happen with anyone in that apartment building or what?
No.
You live alone?
No, I live with my son.
A girl?
It's a boy.
Really? How's that working out
She
for
said
you?
her son.
Sons are usually boys, yeah.
Oh, she said her son?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
How
you
did
know,
I miss that?
He likes the loud music.
How old is he?
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
What
likes-
4-year-old doesn't? Tearing it up, causing trouble, getting you in the wrong side of the law there. And so you have a 4-year-old son, and who's your baby's dad there? Oh, jeez.
I
Beats
ain't gonna say his
me.
name on the radio.
Oh, but you know who he is.
Oh yeah.
Are you cordial with this man? Do you hate this guy? Would you like to see him like off the planet as soon as possible? I mean, is it to that extreme? Do you despise him? Do you get along with him? Where is the status there?
Oh no, we get along.
You do?
He's a good father, and yeah, we get along pretty good.
Does he still come over and run your joints every once in a while, or are those days over?
No, it's been over for years.
Really?
Yeah.
It was over before it started, but not really because I'm carrying your child, or how long did it go on? How long was the sexual thing there with you and this dude?
Oh, well, actually, we was married. And
you were married. I've never considered that as an option, Terry.
Wow.
Who gets married these days?
No, come on.
How long were you married?
We was married for like 2.5 years.
And since it all ended, you are expressing your disappointment in how things worked out by getting one parking ticket after the next.
Well, no, but like I said, those things was not my fault. Every time I park at the meter, they was broken. The coins was jammed in.
Every time.
It always happened to me. So
well, we shouldn't pay it then.
Right.
And so the cop who was writing the ticket didn't identify that there was no ability to put money in the meter and still gave you a ticket?
They don't care if the meter are broke or not.
Right. Isn't there a little sign on the meter that says, even if it's broke, we won't. Some
You're
kind
supposed
of
to open it up like a Pez dispenser and put the money in.
No, it is a sign on there saying if it's broke, they'll still give you a ticket. But there was nowhere else to park.
But you don't believe everything you read. So you parked there anyway, and they gave you a ticket each time.
Yeah.
All right, Brooke. Yeah. So who are you seeing now?
So it is your fault, really.
Who are you seeing these days? Who are you linked with romantically, Brooke?
Well, I have a friend that I'm seeing, and he's a real nice guy.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Nice guy.
Is he a big upgrade from your baby's dad, or they're both nice guys?
Oh, no, they're nice guys.
Well, who's got the bigger schlong?
I'm not saying all that.
Oh, jeez. Then we'll assume it's your baby's dad. What? A downgrade.
Whoa.
No, you can assume whatever you feel like you want to. I'm not going to say that.
You just did more than you even know. I know the way it is. Okay, anyway. Brooke, you don't have to worry about your $524 car payment bill here, your vehicle registration renewal notice bill, because we are paying it for you.
Yay!
Oh, yay!
You excited about that, Brooke?
I am.
You know what?
Excited.
As far as I'm concerned, you can park by all the broken parking meters you want, because as long as I'm paying bills, we'll find a way to get it done for you.
That's great. Congratulations.
All right? Are you excited, Brooke?
I am overexcited.
Are you juiced, baby?
I'm juiced.
Oh. Wow.
Play that music loud, girl. Pump it up.
Yeah, your 4-year-old can blast all the bass he wants. You can get in front of all the broken parking meters you want because T-Man pays your bill.
All right.
You know what? You don't have to get overly excited. It's already official.
Oh, okay.
The check is being written. You don't have to force it. Just lay back. No. Anyway.
Whoa.
Okay. Brooke, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wow. See how easy that is?
That is.
Yes.
Simple.
All right. Thank you, Brooke. Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah. Excited, I think, Terry.
Yeah, I think so. I would be, too.
Trying to figure Brooke out a little bit there.
She should call in sick from work today.
Yeah, she should.
She doesn't need to work. We're paying her bills.
That's right. I think it kind of ends here.
Oh, it does? Okay.
So she may want to show up at work at least at some point this week.
Sure.
But another happy customer in the pay your bills moment. If you have not sent in your bills, ladies and gentlemen, it's as easy as that.
Yeah.
I mean, you will have to tell us a couple of questions, answer a couple of thoughts on your baby's dad, but more than worth your while when a $524 bill is taken care of. Yes or no, Terry?
Oh, it's awesome.
Thank you so much.
The T-Man Show.
Call now. 1-866-663-T-Man.
Yes.
A lot of people are calling in right now saying, when are you going to pay my bills? When are you going to get to my bills? And then Pasty is saying, hey, did you send them in? And they're saying, no.
I got a voicemail on my
When am I going to get my bill paid? Well, you gotta send it in.
Oh, yeah, that's how it works.
I don't just
Pull it out
close
of your
my eyes or pull bills out of my ass. Better yet, yeah. Thank you, Terry, for the visual and make it happen. You gotta kind of either fax them in or mail them in or do whatever you gotta do to get them in, and that's very simply done. Either go to, if you're in the Bay Area, Wild 94.9's website, or in the Northwest, go to Cube 93's website. We got a big hopper full of thousands of bills right now. There's still more than enough time for you to send in your bill. You send it in today, we could pick it tomorrow. It's that simple.
See, I thought you walked around neighborhoods and opened up mailboxes.
Yeah, that is something I do as well, but that's not to be talked about on the air. So,
oops.
That's my side job of being an identity thief. But this is all on the level where people send in their bills. We stick them in the big old hopper. We pull one every morning. If not If the person doesn't call back in 30 minutes or less, we pull more than one.
Right.
But we are paying someone's bill every day, as far as I'm concerned, Terry.
Yes.
And another happy lady out there, Brooke Acosta from Oakland, has not a concern in the world anymore about her vehicle registration bill because the $500-some-odd dollar bill has been taken care of.
Yeah.
Now, I see you frantically running around the newsroom here, Terry. We don't really have a newsroom. Do you want to tell us what you're doing over there? I got an email I want to get to this morning.
Okay.
T-Man email of the day.
T-Man's email of the day.
If there's some very important news that I'm getting the sense you want to tell us about, well, then by all means, what do you got?
Well, T, the speculation that you gave us this morning about Terrell Owens looks like it may be true.
Of course.
Although
I don't ever speculate, Terry.
Right.
I'm telling you the way it is at all times.
The burning bush has spoken.
I suggested when I first heard the report about Terrell Owens being rushed to the hospital because of his pain medication that it was a suicide attempt. Are they saying that now for sure?
Yeah, I've got conflicting reports, but the most current one that I have says that Owens told rescue workers he was depressed.
So these are coming directly from the rescue workers' detailed accounts of the situation.
Yes.
And who's reporting the story?
The AP.
The Associated Press, which is not exactly the Star. It's not exactly Us Weekly.
Whatever.
This is a pretty reputable news source saying Terrell Owens tried to commit suicide.
Right.
How sad is that, man?
What, that he wasted all those pills at one time?
Oh, yeah. What if we had woken up this morning and found out that Terrell Owens actually was successful and he's no longer with us? How ridiculous a story is this?
This is when you think it can't get any weirder.
Man, all you care about is your fantasy team because he's on it.
Yeah, what's
anywhere in
the
that
status
story?
on
Does it say is he coming back this week or what? That's
Yeah.
all. That's all Hotshot cares about. Hotshot drafted him for his fantasy team.
Right.
I mean, if you were wondering whether Terrell Owens might have been a little bit different in the head than the average person, now you pretty much have an idea that might be the case. You know, him doing sit-ups in his driveway in front of reporters wasn't enough to make us realize he might be different than the average, typical, normal thinking human being. He may have a little quirks in the system there, Terry.
Yeah.
He ain't right.
Apparently, the rescuer was then told by Owens that before this incident, he'd taken only 5 of the 40 pain pills in the bottle.
So he took 35 pain pills last night?
He'd emptied, yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that may make you have an adverse reaction to the pain medication.
Yeah.
If you take 35 of them.
Yeah.
That is sad, Terry.
And then
I'm a huge fan of Terrell Owens.
Right.
All right? I like people that are different. I like people that are not the average kind of person, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he and the rescue workers are saying point blank that they're sure that he tried to commit suicide?
Yeah, because then after that, he said the worker then asked Owens if he was trying to harm himself, and Owens, according to the report, stated yes.
Well, Terrell Owens is capable of saying anything.
Well,
but that's what it seems like to me, Terry. Man. And what's the conflicting report you have? You have another story that says differently?
His publicist has come out, Kim Etheridge, and she said this is not serious of the incident. This is not serious.
It's not a conflicting report if it's his publicist coming out and telling the story a different way. The publicist is going to tell a different side of the story than the rescue workers. That's not necessarily conflicting. It's not like 2 rescue workers have different accounts of the situation. What do you think his publicist is going to say? Yeah, we knew he was trying to off himself for years.
Publicist David Hasselhoff. Oh, he's fine.
That's a bad gig being Terrell Owens' publicist.
Oh, I know.
Never ends.
Difficult.
What else did the publicist have to say?
That's basically it. The source said Owens' status is unknown for today's practice and for the Cowboys game Sunday at Tennessee, of course. And basically, it doesn't really go into the actual rescue workers talking about it. But
so the publicists are the ones who are saying he had an adverse reaction to the pain medication.
That it did. It made him sick.
Yeah, and you would have an adverse reaction if you took 35 pills.
Yeah, I would say so.
I don't know. It depends.
Yes.
And they say that he was taken to induce vomiting because, whatever, to the hospital.
Okay. Well, we will keep you apprised of this story.
Yep.
Terrell Owens, one of the greatest receivers in the NFL history, just might have tried to kill himself last night.
I want to let you know he's on the block if you're interested in a trade.
Oh,
just so you know.
We'll trade our whole team.
Okay, done.
You going to try to unload him today?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with him.
They're talking about him being back in practice today. He's going to go off now. I'll take him.
I'm ready.
I'm giving you Matt Hasselback.
I like weirdos.
Well, how do I go to the T-Man email today from that, Terry?
T-Man email today, yeah.
Oh, like this. Okay. Actually, this email of the day is a reaction to an earlier email of the week.
All right.
All right. That's how quickly they come in now, Terry. And actually, if you look on the tmanshow.com, you'll see that there's a new button that you can send your emails of the day directly to this here program. And we are trying to allow people to feel appreciated for their emails to the point if we read your email and it becomes the T-Man email of the day.
Yeah.
We stop confusing me. We will send you a CD, but I'm thinking, these people want to stay anonymous. How are we going to go through the process if they become the email of the day of sending them the CD?
Bob Schmagegi, P.O. Box.
Oh, everyone who sends the email of the day has to get a P.O. Box, and then it's done. Okay. We
track them down by their email address. Maybe?
We have ludicrous CDs for this week's emails of the day, Terry. And then if you've heard the ludicrous CD, it is like off the charts.
Right.
It's like ludicrous. Even at this point in his career, is at the top of his game. I'm serious. Have you heard the whole Ludacris CD?
I haven't heard the whole one, no, but I do like...
You haven't stole that from the prize closet yet?
Nope, haven't.
Luckily, we got our hands on it before you, Terry, because we are giving it out as the Email of the Day prize for those who become just that, the T-Man Email of the Day, like this lady, who writes, Dear Mr. T-Man, ruler of the airwaves, moistener of my panties.
Wow.
That's a great way to start your email.
I guess.
Gets your attention.
If you want to certainly have me read the rest of the email, that's a good way to start your email. There is no doubt about it. Dear Mr. T-Man, ruler of the airwaves, moistener of my panties. I was listening this morning, and keep in mind this email was written Monday. I was listening this morning when you were talking about the married guy who was getting Hummers in his car from a coworker. You went on to say that you thought they weren't the only people in this type of situation. You're pretty much right, but with me so far, it's been mostly just my vivid fantasies.
Whoa.
I have a coworker who is married, and we flirt hardcore with each other all the time. Easy. This has been going on for damn near a year, and I can tell we both don't know how to take it to the next level. That happens a lot, Terry. Two people both realize what they're thinking, and yet they can't figure out a way to take it to the distance there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, why is that so hard?
I don't know why it should be so hard.
Well, the married thing,
I
maybe.
want to do you is really all that's required.
Yeah, you're happy to send a picture of your schlong to her, but can't make it happen.
That's through email. It's so impersonal. Anyway.
Right, so much easier. Send. I'm out of
Well,
here.
but when you're in the work environment, it's not like you go to the cubicle and say, hey, let's do each other.
Well, stranger things have happened in somebody's cubicle. All right, back to the email. Where was I? I have a coworker who is married. We flirt with each other. We flirt hardcore with each other all the time. Hardcore. Wow. This is not just some little tickle fight they're having there, Terry.
Tickle fight with
They're
eyes.
flirting with each other hardcore. They're not just making a passing little F-me look at each other as they're heading towards the break room.
Right.
They're doing some hardcore flirting. Wow. That means a minimum of shoes removed, Terry.
Wow, really?
I don't even know what I'm talking about. Let's go back to the email. Yes, this has been going on for damn near a year, and I can tell we both don't know how to take it to the next level. I'd be more than happy to just meet him in his car at lunch hour and give him all the Hummers he can take.
Whoa.
I would never, ever tell his wife.
I can't take another one. Oh, stop. One more.
Not another day of this.
Yeah.
This is the end.
How many do you fit in 1 hour?
All the Hummers he can take. I think she means just as many days as he wants to go with this.
Okay.
I don't think she means in one lunch hour.
Well,
all right. I got to be back at work in a minute. Can you get 3 more in for me? No, I think she's talking about like the call, like not the caller, the emailer on Monday.
Right.
She had been doing that for this dude for 4 months.
Right.
She's willing to do it for as long as he wants.
Got it.
For years. They can grow a Hummer old together as far as she's concerned.
Grow a Hummer.
Mm-hmm. I'd be more than happy to just meet him in his car at the lunch hour and give him all the Hummers he can take. I would never, ever tell his wife and would never need anything in return.
Right.
I know what you're thinking already, Terry, so you roll your eyes. She probably believes this right now, but over time she's going to start to want more.
Yep.
Let me go back. Let me finish. Can I finish the email, please, before you start rolling your eyes at me? Okay, yeah. I speak roll of eyes, and I know exactly what you're saying. I'm scared to say these words to him on the off chance he'd reject my offer, and because he's so damn hot that he makes me melt. Can you give me a tip? Just the tip. Can you give me a tip on how to get him to that next level of erotic fun without having to say anything that I would probably stutter through anyway? Signed, needing his Oscar Mayer for lunch.
Oh, jeez.
That is just not.
That is just not what? Finish your thought. That is just not what? That is just not right. Maybe it's so right that it's just blowing your mind.
Wow.
Is that possible?
No.
Well, she wants, let's deal with her direct question. Needing an Oscar Mayer for lunch?
Right.
Has asked the direct question, can you give me a tip, just a tip, on how to get him to that next level without having to say anything? She's not a good speaker, Terry. She's good with her mouth, but when it comes to words, she's really not adept at the words that need to be said, really, I guess, in any situation, not to mention one where you're trying to get a dude over the top.
Well,
so, what do you suggest? What do you suggest? I mean, I have some quick thoughts that have come to my mind, some real basic things, like going up to his cubicle, maybe swallowing a banana whole, and then writing his name on the peel. I mean, that's pretty subtle. That's only...
Yeah, you don't have to speak any words then.
It's not so out of bounds. This happened to me at least 3 times since I started working here, Terry.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I won't
real
mention that one of those 3 times was from you. Oh, no, it wasn't you. It was Hot Shot. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't get that. Why would you sacrifice your lunch hour? I mean, eating or a Hummer.
Well, here's the other thing that's interesting.
Sometimes people have physical attractions that are just so damn strong that they're willing to...
Forego the food?
They're willing to bypass food.
I'm pretty attracted to Subway.
For a little action. Now, I know...
both in an hour.
No, you can't.
I know you love the cold cut combo. And I know you love... you'll give it all the Hummers it'll take.
Oh, yeah. I get the 12-inch every day, big boy.
And this is one satisfied man over here.
I see.
And he doesn't have to say a word to his sandwich.
I know.
Because you know he'd stutter through it anyway if he had to talk to him.
Right. Well,
come here, pickle. Pickly, pickly, pickle.
Well, the thing that's interesting...
I want to give you a tickle.
That she writes in there is that she is afraid of him rejecting her.
Right.
I mean,
Because
you yourself has said in the past that, you know, no man is going to, given the opportunity, is going to say no, right? Because he has to do it.
Well, he may think that this is going to end up in disaster. He may think that his wife is going to find out, and you have to weigh all the things on the scales we talked about many a time, Terry, and determine whether it's worth the risk. He has the hardcore flirting going on. Maybe that's enough for him. Maybe he doesn't want to take it to the next level. What am I kidding?
Well, yeah, I was going to say.
And you already gave me the roll of the eyes and indicated that this woman thinks. Does she think? Does she believe when she says that she wants to give him Hummers and wants nothing more? Does she believe that deep inside? And the truth will come out only after the situation, she becomes immune to the situation of giving him Hummers? Then she'll start to want more? Or she knows already that... she's going to want more.
No, I mean...
She believes what she's right.
She believes what she's saying.
But
yeah, she really believes...
But it won't last long.
No,
All right,
never does.
How many weeks or days or hours of Hummers does she have to give before she starts wanting more then?
I give her maybe about a month.
A month?
If it's consistent, if it's every day.
It's a nice month, though, Terry. Before she doesn't ask for anything else for a good solid month there.
I give her a solid month.
Sounds like she's already in love with him.
Oh, and that could be dangerous, is what you're saying? Love is a dangerous thing?
Not for him.
Well, she's definitely in lust with him at this time.
Wow.
The whole love thing.
It's pretty deep. Yes.
Will really set in, I think, a little bit later on.
1-866-663-T-MAN is a toll-free number. Let's go to the phones and find out what needing an Oscar Mayer for lunch must do.
Oh, my God.
To take this hardcore flirting situation to the next level, the best level. The most unbelievable level in the history of the world.
Yeah.
That level, yes. Dan is calling. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, Dan.
Well, I got a suggestion as far as something that I've used in the past.
Yes, Dan.
She simply has to go up to him and say, hey, so do you believe in pointless casual sex amongst coworkers? And if so, what are you doing after work?
then you're offering some kind of direct approach, more or less, and she's made it very clear. She cannot say these words to him. Please, Are you listening to the letter?
I guess
Are you so blinded by the Hummers, Dan, that you're not listening to the words that this woman has poured out on paper here? Well, after I printed it out, it was on paper. Yes. She can't speak. She doesn't speak. She's a non-speaker.
She doesn't want to lose the fantasy if he says no, so it's better to have the fantasy than have him say no.
But Terry's kind of right. I mean, what is the real odds that he's going to say no? Maybe higher, maybe higher than you might think.
Some people are,
There are a lot of wusses out there that love to believe that the flirting, the hardcore flirting, is harmless. But, I wouldn't do that. Get myself in trouble. Pussies. Anyway, Tara, you're on the air.
Hi. I just wanted to say I've been in a situation where I know that I've flirted with a coworker, and he's been married. And given the opportunity, I know that...
He's been married, but she made sure to end that quick. Yes, he's been married, yes.
Well, he is married.
He is married.
He was married at the time.
Yes, Tara. By the way, keep in mind, all Taras are easy, Terry. Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
That's why their moms name them Tara from the word go in their lives. Yes.
Setting them up.
Tear a roof off this place.
Yes, easy Tara. Go ahead. What's your point?
My point is, I was attracted to him.
Yes.
But that is the sanctity of marriage, and he had a child.
It ain't your sanctity. It ain't your marriage. What are you worried about? It's his marriage. It's his sanctity. Let him worry about his sanctity. Why are you worried about his sanctity if he's not worried about his sanctity?
Well, I'm a big believer in karma, and what goes around comes around.
That's such bull crap.
Stupid hippie crap.
No, but it's true.
Spill your snake oil somewhere
It may not be right away, but eventually.
Damn gypsy.
And I guarantee you, if something negative
Sell your
happens...
gypsy slogan somewhere else, honey. I ain't buying it. Goes around, comes around. Does that make you feel better to walk around with that kind of motto? There's a lot of people that do great and have bad crap happen to them. Please, Tara, stop spewing nonsense on the program.
Oh, my car's being towed right now. Crap, okay. I have to go.
1-866. Oh, I thought you were such a good person, Tara. 663-T-Man. Let me take a break. When we come back, perhaps we'll come up with some solution for needing an Oscar Mayer for lunch.
Just keep it a fantasy. That's my suggestion.
It's probably not as good as you think.
Well, your suggestion, first of all, was not asked for.
Oh.
Or maybe it was. I don't remember. And second of all, sucks.
Oh, jeez. I'm 0 for 2.
1-866-663-T-Man. Back out of these words.
The T-Man Show returns after this.
Get ready! I'll say this about the emailer of the day, Terry.
What's that?
She may not get the lunchtime shenanigans she's looking for with her coworker there, but she is entitled to a ludicrous CD because she is, in fact, the T-Man's email of the day.
T-Man's email of the day.
Now, maybe she wants to stay somewhat anonymous. I imagine that's the case with, just ignoring that, Terry.
I know you are. It's great.
Hard not to, though. It's really painful.
Punch him in the face, and that's like punching a handicapped person.
Wow.
She has no ability to fight back. You have any ability to fight back? If you tell me you have an ability to fight back, I may have to do just that. Because you refuse to stop with the stupid jingles that I've asked you to stop now for 3 days.
That's kind of my cute little thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's cute.
Like ordering at a restaurant.
If that's all you got,
yeah,
as your cute little thing, you're in a lot of trouble. Anyway, she is entitled to a ludicrous CD, as I said to you, because all the emails of the day from this day forward, actually going back to Monday forward, are entitled to a CD or a DVD. It's their choosing, Terry. And if the woman who writes the email, who signs it by saying the words "needing an Oscar Mayer for lunch," Terry, if she wants to call maybe Pasty privately and say, yeah, that was my email, we are more than happy to allow her anonymity and give her CD. Just keep her on the line there.
Hey, do you want to work here? I can ask around, maybe. Get you a job.
Because let's be honest, look at the way she starts this email. Let me reread the email. Then we got a lot of phone calls to get to, and then we'll move on with our day, all right?
All right.
It reads as follows. Dear Mr. T-Man, ruler of the airwaves, moistener of my panties. And that's all well and good.
Yes.
I'm moistening her panties.
Wow.
And she's giving some other coworker all the Hummers he can take. Where does this get me? I'm the ruler of the airwaves, according to her. I'm the moistener of her panties.
Ooh.
And this dude's reaping the benefits.
Maybe she works here.
Yeah, maybe she does.
Maybe it is you.
Maybe she peed her pants.
Yeah, maybe it is a worker
have that
here.
effect on some people, yes. Or maybe it's just me. Okay, I got to change. Yeah. All right, let me reread the email real quick, and then we'll get to the phone lines. Dear Mr. T-Man, I love this part. A ruler of the airways, a moistener of my panties. I was listening this morning, and this was written Monday again, when you were talking about the married guy who was getting Hummers in his car from a coworker. You went on to say that you thought they weren't the only people in this type of situation. You were pretty much right. But with me so far, it has been mostly just my vivid fantasies. I have a coworker who is married, and we flirt hardcore with each other all the time. Isn't it nice to know that your husband, even if he doesn't ever get into that car, and he will, with the Hummers, I'm sorry I had to stop the email, Terry, is just flirting hardcore like that with female coworkers while you're at home knitting away?
Knitting away, right.
What is hardcore flirting anyway?
Is it more like, a brush up against each other,
it's probably
that
email
kind of
too.
thing?
I mean,
emailing too. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I picture hardcore flirting. You're a little more risque on email than you would be.
You're making coffee with one hand, you're reaching down his pants with the other.
I would say
Well, if that's the case, then you shouldn't have to worry about whether
then maybe it's not that extreme. Okay. Where were we? I have a coworker who's married, and we flirt hardcore with each other all the time. This has been going on for damn near a year.
Whoa.
And I can tell you we both don't know how to, take it to the next level. So she knows he wants to go to the next level, and she knows she wants to go to the next level, and yet they can't figure out a way to do it, because no one is willing to say the words. I'd be more than happy to just meet him in his car at lunch hour and give him all the Hummers he can take. I would never, ever tell his wife. I love grown women that say never, ever. I would never, ever tell his wife I would never need anything in return. Yeah. I'm scared to say these words to him just on the off chance he'd reject my offer. And because he's so damn hot that he makes me melt.
Wow.
Oh, isn't it nice to melt, Terry?
Sure.
Yes. Can you give me a tip on how to get him to that next level of erotic fun without having to say anything that I'd probably stutter through anyway? Signed, needing an Oscar Mayer for lunch. Now, Terry, I assumed that text paging kind of ended all the problems of the shy people of the world.
Yeah, you would think.
And if she can't figure out a way, can't she text a way that says all she needs to say, and you don't have to, look him in the eye? And all actually she has to do is, instead of sending him a smiley face, just send him the two eyes, the nose, and a big O for the mouth.
Right. Yeah, you don't even have to type anything.
My mouth opens this wide and then some. Your car now.
Wink, wink.
Mm-hmm. Boy, the screen is pretty small on my phone. Hope it goes bigger than that.
Well, by proportionals.
Oh, okay.
Standards,
All
yes.
right.
Look at the size of the eyes compared to the size of that mouth.
Okay, I'm in.
Or she can just paper airplane from one cubicle to another, hit him right in the eye with a paper airplane. He opens it up. It's a certificate for all the Hummers he can take. And then she's got a picture in the corner of she Google Earthed his car or something like that.
Oh, the plane flew into my boss's office. Crap. Somebody get it.
Okay, that could be that little problem, yes.
Yeah, can I talk to you about this airplane really quick?
I knew she wanted me.
You'd probably love it.
Yeah.
Can I meet you downstairs?
She wants me to. Why does she want to meet me in his car, though? These are just some suggestions. My first instinct was probably the best, of swallowing the banana whole right at his cubicle and signing the name on the peel.
Yeah. Because you could do that. That's flirting. Yeah.
Would that be considered hardcore flirting?
I would say yes.
Yeah, probably so.
I think that's more of the hardcore flirting
Sounds
that
like
they're
a magic
doing.
show to me.
Terry, if you could, if you were prompted to, for whatever reason, maybe you were offered $10,000 to do so, maybe you were on David Letterman's Stupid Humor Tricks, could you swallow a banana whole if you were inclined to do so, if you were inspired to do so? Could you take a banana to the face and make it disappear in one fell swoop?
Probably.
I knew it.
Yeah.
We all did. Little hooch.
Dirty.
Yeah.
Wow. That is pretty cool. Man, this is why my wife can't work. You know, there's some dude out there whose wife has been doing this for some guy for like 2 years, has no idea. What'd you have for lunch today, baby? A protein shake.
Sheesh.
Oh, really? Wow, no wonder you're losing a couple of pounds there. Right. You're very disciplined. This is why my wife cannot work.
Yeah, it'd be.
I refuse to allow this.
But she may be in love with you and not want to do something like that.
a likely story. Now, my wife can work if she wants. If she one day comes home and tells me she's been doing that for 2 years, it'll probably sting a little bit, I guess.
Oh, you would be really crushed.
And then it'll be like, hey, I'm single.
Wow.
MySpace.com.
I'm familiar with it.
Back in business.
See?
We don't have to do this on the deal anymore.
Wow.
No. My wife has been taking a protein shake to the face every day for 2 years, and I didn't know it.
Come on over. It's on.
Okay, 1-866. You're not as interesting anymore. Bye.
Yeah, that's probably the case.
Right. But think about it. Would that sting a little bit if you found out your wife was like on the wrong end of this situation and was flirting with a coworker hardcore and then Google Earthing a picture of his car to him and saying, here and now, let's do it? What?
I'm sure I'd self-medicate like never before.
Yeah.
It would sting, yes.
You think?
Doing that anyway.
That's true. That's a good point. Maybe she's doing it anyway. That's why.
Okay. Oh, your wife does work, yeah.
She does work.
And my wife, I'm just plain. She can work whenever she wants. As a matter of fact, the sooner the better.
Whoa. Okay.
Good riddance.
Well, there's a little problem with that right about now.
That's because, hey, I'll be the Mr. Mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll pay the Mr. Mom.
Mm-hmm. As long as she can make same salary, we'll all be good.
Oh, yeah, good luck, lady.
1-866.
I'll be the assistant manager in 6 months.
Kidding? I would love that. That would be heaven. 1-866-663-T-MAN is the number to call, and don't call now. Every line is taken. But Jay from Oakland is on the line and wants to be the first up here. Yes, Jay.
Yeah, T-Man. You know, I just calling with a little bit thoughts on the T-Man's email of the day.
Oh, geez, he already...
See, they love it. People love it.
Stop that, 'cause that's the best, man.
If Stephen Kilbreth is already winning over the dudes in Oakland, we got a problem here, Terry.
You should charge.
We got a major problem.
He's going to put out a CD of jingles.
Oakland.
That's right. The new market. Stephen is not a dickhead.
Oh, just, yes, Jay.
Yet.
That's a very...
Well, I was just thinking that it doesn't sound like, man, I hope the dude says no, because what she could do maybe is draw a picture of a Hummer, H2 Hummer or something. Give it to him. An Oscar Mayer or something. You know, she's very creative with her name, so get a picture and give it to him and say.
A lot of these quiet, shy ladies are very creative, Terry, and they have a lot to offer. You just gotta tap that reservoir and watch all the oil that comes gushing out.
I guess so
to speak.
Yeah.
Jay, but you're telling this guy, I almost heard you say there for a second, you're telling this guy to stay strong and don't fall for it. It's only going to lead to trouble for him.
Oh, definitely, because if you pay attention to their email and if you read those words again where she says that he makes her milk and that she's afraid that she might get rejected.
Mm-hmm.
That's past attraction. She's like falling in love with this dude. You know, in order for the Hummer at work to work, you got to have some kind of attraction.
It's worth the risk.
Some kind of attraction,
no
but
wonder.
You can't be past that line. Because if she sounds like she's into this dude too much, like that's all she lives for. She goes to work to look forward to the flirting.
Well, why else do you get out of bed in the morning? It's got to be something that inspires you to get to work, and it ain't crunching the numbers.
Yeah, that I give you.
Now listen to Jay. No wonder he loves Kilbreth's little jingles. He's all the sensitive type and Mr. Conservative here.
Yeah.
You know, get it done now. Worry about it later is my philosophy.
Oh, wow. All right.
If she's got a big-time crush on him, if she's truly in love with him, let's say, Terry, and if that starts to become, obviously, the realization of the situation, deal with it later. Plenty of time to worry.
All right.
Josh.
Yes.
From Livermore. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
What's up, dude?
Just wanted to share my little cubicle sex activity experiences.
Oh, is this first-hand cubicle sex story sharing you're giving us, or is it some story you heard about?
Experience I had myself.
Wow! He's going to tell us the trials and tribulations. He's going to tell us a very happy tale, Terry, of what happened in his very own cubicle.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Let me just say there is hope for young cubicle goers.
Yes. If you were down and out in the cubicle world, Terry, Josh is going to re-inspire you of all the happy moments cubicles can provide. Right. Yes, go ahead, Josh.
This happened about a year and a half ago. I was only 18 at the time. She was 28.
Wow, having a cubicle at 18, you were ahead of the game.
Yeah.
And you put it to such great use? Tell us about it.
Well, I just got the job. I just started there. And her and I were talking on the little same time thing we got going on, the little AIM.
Okay, you had like instant messenger, yes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, instant messenger, text paging, you don't have to worry about being shy anymore. You just write things and duck. Go ahead.
Exactly. And I was in the far back of the building, so we would talk all the time during lunch, during breaks, and she just started coming to my cubicle every once in a while. We would just start talking. And one thing led to another, and we started kissing in the cubicle.
Wow.
Whoa, in the cubicle?
I was with Josh, because I do a lot of that floating around cubicles. And
you do.
But it pretty much ends there for me, Terry.
Right.
Yeah. And then
maybe you should start instant messaging
I get
people.
called into the boss, saying, you don't want to hover around people's cubicles and making people very nervous. It doesn't lead to the kissing and the and whatever else Josh is going to throw in here. You started kissing, and all the other coworkers started clapping. What? How are you able to just start kissing? Was it not a busy time of day in the work joint, or what?
No, it's very busy. I was in the back of the building, and I was only...
The cubicle is private enough that you can start going after it right there without anyone, like, really noticing.
Well, see, the cubicles were still empty where I was. They were just filling them in with new employees.
Okay.
So there's nobody around.
So you took advantage of the vacant cubicle area of the office.
Exactly.
All right, so you start kissing, and then what?
And then one thing...
Then you make a fist, and then what?
Whoa, now?
We ended up on the desk.
You don't really need a fist to put it in, though, Terry. Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We ended up on the desk, and her hands are down my pants, and then she starts to unbuckle my pants and unbutton it, and then she freaks out and says, I can't do this, and she storms away.
Ah.
Well, he's left just with the fantasy, I guess, of...
You were prepared to do this, but you couldn't do this.
Yes, I got shot down.
Yes, and that's where the situation ends with this particular coworker. You never renewed the moment somewhere else, somewhere outside of the office, happy hour, anything like that?
Never renewed it.
The happiest of hours?
I tried it with my boss and I got fired.
Whoa. How was, seeing her prior to you getting fired, but after, the incident happened, passing her in the hallway was...
Forget that. How does she get enough courage to go back there, start kissing him, starts unbuttoning his pants,
right,
and then all of a sudden gets a fresh whiff of reality that you can't do this?
Oh, well.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
And
then Josh has to run off to the bathroom to do the five-knuckle shuffle just to get through the day.
Hey, man, there's a fresh case of blue balls there.
You didn't have to go to the bathroom and take care of it, or you just dealt with the pain all day?
I suffer with the pain all day.
Whatever, I don't believe your story. Anyway, thanks for the call.
Yeah. Hey, Danny, I'm on the radio.
Jeez, whatever.
Do you believe a story?
Well,
I think it's unreasonable.
Yeah, but...
I say if some woman is willing to go to the back area where she knows no one's around, starts kissing him, starts unbuckling his pants, she is doing everything that needs to be done. Or maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, never been nearly that close to that situation. Right. Javone, you're on the air. Is your name Javone?
Hello?
Yes. What's your name, sir?
Giovanni.
Giovanni, okay. Yes. How do you spell that?
G-I-O.
Yeah, not even close, Pasty. All right, go ahead.
What?
Go ahead. It was written on the board as J-A-V-O-N-E.
No.
Yes, I understand.
Anyway, I think I know who that girl is.
Uh-oh.
What girl? The girl who wrote the email?
Oh, yeah.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Oakland.
You'd be surprised where I can tell you this email probably came from, Terry. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to maybe convey a message, and hopefully she's listening.
It's his co-worker.
Do you think this has a direct relationship to your life there, Giovanni?
Say that one more time.
Do you think this email may, in fact, pertain to you, the great Giovanni?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, and why don't you tell us about what's happening in your workplace? Obviously, the hardcore flirting rings a bell. Is that right, Giovanni?
Oh, yeah, she uses that word all the time.
Well, we were trying to... She uses that word all the time. You and this coworker always talks about how you and her flirt hardcore. Oh, the hardest of cores.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us? We were kind of speculating as to what hardcore flirting actually means, what the parameters are as far as entering the hardcore phase of flirting and...
Hardcore flirting?
Yes. What is hardcore flirting in the workplace? What needs to be done for it to qualify as hardcore flirting, Giovanni?
Well, I don't want to do that. I just want to give her a message.
Okay. Go ahead. I don't want
to no.
trample onto anything you're not prepared to talk about. And the message
It's a little embarrassing, but she's right for a year, and I go home at night, and I can't even look at my wife the same without thinking about her.
Oh, man. So she's... Maybe... Has she known this up to this point, or are you telling her new information?
I mean... It's like...
Yes, Giovanni. Take your time. Giovanni?
Yeah.
Say what you need to say. Giovanni. Giovanni!
Wow.
He's gone, Terry.
It's just too much.
It was too much for him to handle.
Yeah.
Giovanni? Giovanni's gone?
That was a pretty heavy moment.
Yeah.
That was a very intense moment.
But you know who you are working with a Giovanni.
And if you're the wife, not a good day for you.
No. Sorry you had to hear the news here.
But there are a lot of women out there married to tons of Giovannis.
Yeah.
In Oakland. I need not be concerned that it's necessarily them.
Right.
Yeah, the sooner they hear it, the better off they'll be. It's going to happen eventually.
Marquise! We're running short on time, Marquise.
What's cracking, T-Mism?
How are you, sir? That's T-Jism to you, by the way, yes.
What'd you say?
Never mind. Yes, Marquise. T-Man, this is obviously directed towards me, this email. And I want to tell... no, what do you want to say, Marquise? What do you got?
Dude, man, he needs to leave that little breezy alone, man.
Mm-hmm. I don't agree, but thank you for your thoughts. Yes. Anything else?
Yeah, and if that was him that just called, he's an idiot.
I think these opportunities don't present themselves at all times, Terry.
Right.
Especially opportunities that say all the Hummers he can take. That sounds like a pretty good deal.
I can't take any more.
And it's a situation that, as happily married as this man may be, if he finds out the circumstances that this woman is conjured up in her mind, Terry, and turns it down, years will pass, and he will never forget the opportunity that he passed up on. Will always wonder what it would have been like to have been in that car day after day. All the Hummers he could take. You know, I think I could take another tomorrow. Shanti.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good.
What can we do for you, Shanti? Yeah, T-Mail this email's about me.
Yeah, okay.
This woman
What
loves
now?
me. Yes, go ahead, Shanti.
Oh, gosh. Well, I've been having an affair at the workplace for a year.
Oh, jeez.
And he's married.
Wow.
And just to give more information, I suppose, to Terry, I never fell in love. That was established from the beginning, and I think it's possible. And I thought I would present that argument.
Wow. You are turning me on.
Well, I mean, it was established at the beginning. He said, I am never leaving my wife.
And you never got an emotional bone in your body for this guy.
Well, I sort of felt that, but I said, oh, screw this.
You got an emotional bone somewhere, but not in your body.
Oh, it was in her body.
Oh, it was in your body, but not in the typical place where emotional bones typically reside.
No, I just thought that it was getting too intense, so I started seeing other people, but we never stopped.
But see, the thing is that to stop your emotions from getting attached to him, you had to start seeing other people.
That's true.
Are you
But
more?
So
is the fact that he's married part of the big turn on here for you?
Yes.
Yes, you love the fact that you are taking down some woman's man.
If this guy's sitting in a bar by himself, she's not into him, right? I mean, if he's just sitting there, some single guy.
If he's sitting there in the bar and he comes up to you saying some really lame lines, and like typically guys do, you're not interested at all.
I think typically that'd be the case, but there's so much chemistry between us. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
But the fact that he's married puts you over the top.
Yes. Yes.
And his wife has not a clue.
No, none.
And you are never going to be the one to give her a clue.
Oh, God, no. I'm in a serious relationship now, too.
Does she ever, you're in a stable relationship, but you're not ending this lust affair with the coworker?
It's hard to stop.
Now, does his wife ever kind of like tiptoe her way into the office there, all like wives do, with brownies and saying hi to all
They do? Really?
and saying hi to all of his fellow coworkers? Has that ever happened? Have you ever seen his wife around the workplace or no?
I've never seen her. The only opportunity I had was canceled. The Christmas party was canceled, so I've actually never met her.
Yeah, Christmas was canceled last year, as everyone knows. Shanti?
Yeah.
I'd ask for your MySpace, but
too tempting.
It's just too much.
She likes married guys.
Yeah. Oh, it's just him.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's just
I
him?
can tell. She's just, one married woman guy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shanti. Michelle, real quick. San Jose, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
What do you got?
I was at the workplace, and what it was, my son's dad and myself, we all worked there at the same time. And I started seeing another coworker that just kept coming up to me and wouldn't stop, and we started meeting during work and during lunch, and
so that's all it takes. You have to be the coworker who keeps bothering a woman to the point where she's like, all right, I'll do you.
Nah, it wasn't like that.
All right, good. Then I'm going to make a list of coworkers. I'm going to badger.
I tried to resist, but it just didn't happen.
Really? And you work with your husband?
Yes.
Terry, women are getting
We all
more.
did work at the same place until, unfortunately, one found out about the other, and we had a little brawl at work.
Really?
Oh.
All right, it was just a little brawl, though.
Just a small
then
one.
we all got fired.
Oh, jeez. Because it was such a tiny brawl.
And then we all just went and took a shower together. All right, good story.
The T-Man Show.
Don't you know?
We'll return after this.
We know Jay-Z will be hanging in London for a bit. Gwyneth Paltrow told us she's going to his concert on her birthday, Thursday.
I'm actually going to go hear Jay-Z perform the first ever hip-hop concert at the Royal Albert Hall.
Wow, there's a quick trivia question for one day down the road, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
The first ever hip-hop concert at the, Albert Hall in London?
Yeah.
It's not the Beatles hangout anymore. Jay-Z is going to be doing the hip-hop thing for the first time ever in that hall's history.
Wow.
Wonder how it'll be received with all the tea drinkers with their pinky extended. I think I like this. I'm not so sure. Okay, well, it's groundbreaking stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Can't
definitely.
go wrong with that. What else is going on in the world before I get back to the phones, Terry?
In
So I can see you getting annoyed with all the people dying to talk about all that goes on in the workplace that you're pretending you don't see really happening.
Love to talk.
Closing your eyes to what's going on all over the world. Well, okay, keeps you happy. What do you got?
In Frisco, Texas, an elementary school art teacher, has been fired because she took her fifth graders on a field trip to an art museum and they saw a nude sculpture.
We can't have that happen anymore, not in this uppity world.
I guess not.
Nope. It's not art, it's pornography.
Yeah?
If you're getting in the shower, it's pornography.
That's right.
They went to the Dallas Museum of Art. Apparently, they just walked by the sculpture.
They didn't even stop She didn't discuss all that was going on with the statue.
No.
And you can see this is the way they used to have pubic hair styled in the old days. They didn't shave it like all you fourth graders.
Oh, man.
They actually went au naturel. She didn't do any of that to get herself in trouble.
No.
All she did was take her students. What grade was
Fifth
this?
graders.
Fifth grade. All she did was take her fifth graders to a museum that had a statue of a completely naked subject.
Yes.
And all the little kiddies ran home and told their moms, who said, not in my world is this going to happen, and had this teacher fired.
All right.
It's not art anymore. It's seedy graphic pornography.
Which is also interesting because in the fifth grade, you learn they start doing the whole sex education thing, and parents don't have a problem with that.
In fifth grade, they start doing that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think
they
parents
do.
have a problem with that.
I'll show you how to put a condom on in fifth grade.
All right. You just put it around your mouth and...
Oh, jeez.
And they even, start
not how
talking
you do
about, HIV and stuff like that.
Of course. That's when education must begin early. So why was this lady in Frisco, Texas fired then? What's the reason?
Apparently the parent that complained was not happy that her child saw a naked body.
Well, the statue was fisting the Mona Lisa. So,
Whoa.
it might have been that part of it, Terry, that bothered some parents. No? That wasn't happening? Oh, okay.
Was it a statue of pasty? I mean, then I can understand.
Oh.
Jeez.
Okay.
God, that was unbelievable. Fired.
Never to be brought back. Not
Never
suspended with pay like you hear about all the time.
Right. No.
You're gone.
Yeah,
no second chance for you.
Mm-hmm. Not going to renew your contract.
Take your tramp teaching attitude out of here.
Right.
It's not a peep show around here.
Right. And
Public school.
They didn't go for that. They just stumbled across it.
Right. They walked past it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's an art museum.
Maybe these bitchy moms that got this teacher fired are just jealous because they haven't seen a naked body themselves in the past 10 years.
Maybe
Probably
so.
true. If I'm not seeing one, my kid isn't either.
That's right. Fire this teacher.
That's terrible, man.
Oh,
Too bad they took hanging out of our state.
Did they?
Out of Texas? It's due to be taken out next week.
Okay, good.
What else is going on in our world, Terry? What else is happening besides teacher that are just trying to show a little bit of art to their students, not able to keep their jobs? What else?
A best man partied way too hard in Australia. And
what would
ended
qualify
up,
as way too hard? Best man cannot possibly party way too hard. But
well,
go
this
ahead.
one did.
Yes.
And he ended up in jail, thus missing the wedding.
Every best man is required to do something that's so out there, Terry, that he must wind up in jail if he's doing the bachelor party thing correctly. If you are a best man and didn't wind up in jail, you shortchanged the person who you were the best man for. Shame on you. What did he do? He took him to a museum and showed him a naked sculpture?
How'd you know?
Cuff him.
Yeah, got totally wasted, intoxicated, began pounding on doors. That was the start of it. Irritated one of the residents there. And
whatever.
Just got out of control.
Let me go back to the phone, see what's happening. Nancy from San Jose, it is your turn on the program. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, actually, on my way to work.
Love these little mousy voices, Terry, from these ladies out there that sound all cutesy but love to be thrown around from one naked statue to the next, Terry. Yes, Nancy, go ahead with your call.
No, actually, I was just going to say that, people nowadays wonder why marriage has lost its meaning and stuff. I mean,
Yes, go ahead. Continue on. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, look at what people are doing. I love my husband so much. I don't know. I would never think about it. I mean, there's good-looking people everywhere.
Oh.
But it's just...
Yeah, about 6 of them are staring into your car right now in the Bay Bridge.
Well, but I see her point. Cheating is so... what's the point of even getting married if you're going to cheat?
Well,
or even
she would never think of it.
It's only a 4-hour show.
No,
and, I'm trying to break that down for you. Yes.
People, nowadays just get married at like a month, 2 months within knowing each other. If you don't take the time to actually, get to know one another.
Oh, so you did all that correctly. You took the time that you talk about. You got married and you said those sacred vows and you meant them. And you would never even consider, even knowing that there are so many hot guys out there wanting you so desperately, you would never consider cheating on your husband. And that is what marriage is all about. Not to bring up the part of the conversation that her husband would cheat on her in a heartbeat, Terry.
Wow.
She would never...
And if he does, then, that's his choice. Oh, well, I'm not going to sit and cry about it, because there's other people out there.
See that, Terry? She didn't rule out the possibility that her husband is not capable of those type of behaviors. She just has a plan for when he does.
Wow.
No. He probably does. And
he probably already has. When she catches him, it's over.
Yeah.
It's all about, everybody has feelings. Of course, they're not going to hide them. But we're all going to think somebody else is more attractive than the person. But, I love my husband, and I would never, cheat on him because...
But here you are, Nancy, talking about the sanctity of marriage, stuck in traffic, and talking about where did all the good marriages go, but you're at the same time acknowledging that your husband, in all likelihood, has or will cheat on you.
No. He won't.
Okay. It's too late for that now.
He already said he did.
There's no turning back now.
Oh, he's drawing pictures right now.
You guys are wonderful.
Oh, yeah. How could be wonderful when you're so wonderful? Nancy,
yes.
Thank you for the call.
No problem.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
When you need the shoulder to cry on, we're going to be the ones there for
Well,
you.
you know what, dude? The lady behind me in traffic, I swear she was so rude. I hate people in the morning.
Yeah, I hate people, too, yes. People in the morning are just intolerable, Terry.
Yeah.
And people in the afternoon are even worse. People at night need to be killed.
Whoa.
Wow. So that is not saying a lot about people.
Yeah.
She sounded so nice. I hate people in the morning.
I know.
How rude can the lady behind her be? What is she doing back there? What could the lady in the car behind her be doing that's getting Nancy so to the point where she hates people?
Probably riding her bumper.
Oh, sounds pretty odd.
You know? That's irritating. That's where most of the road rage comes from.
Fine, but still.
So?
I'm bored. I'm just going to ride this lady's bumper. That's what the lady behind her's saying?
She needs to move the hell out of the way. She's going too slow.
Probably going too slow.
Yeah?
I don't know. The lady behind her has, like, big wads of Play-Doh. She's making a Nancy sculpture and sticking pins in it.
Yeah. How does that feel?
Oh, my gosh.
What the hell could she be doing? Riding her bumper. All right.
Talking on her phone too loud.
Jose, good morning.
Hey, T-Man, how you doing?
Good, sir. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm just calling in. You guys were talking earlier about them missing their lunchtime, and I'm a victim of the lunchtime Hummer.
Oh, jeez. A victim of the lunchtime Hummer. He's a victim, Terry.
Yes,
we have victims now of the lunchtime Hummer. Yes.
Oh, you were saying no the whole time? Is that what he's claiming?
It was a victim, yes.
Oh, okay.
She was riding his bumper. He was pinned down. He couldn't do anything about it.
Jeez.
Hey, the thing is, though, is she's married, I'm not.
Well, I'm starting a lunchtime Hummer support group for people like you, Jose. So you need not worry about what to do with all this pent-up frustration. You can sign up at the end of the show.
It's a group for victims, right?
It's a group for victims, yes. And there's a lot of love in the room and a lot of pastries. So everyone will be taken care of.
I've never had a Hummer at lunch, but I'm coming anyway.
How were you a victim of the lunchtime Hummer, Jose?
Yeah, well, she's married, I'm not.
Yes.
And it happens kind of when she wanted to, and the way I know it when the day it is.
Yes, I can see how that would tool with your emotions there.
She'll wear a miniskirt or a short skirt.
Yes.
On one certain day of the week.
Right.
That's when I know.
Well, that's coincidentally, that's what we're discussing tonight at the support group, Terry.
Is it?
How these married women who talk you into the Hummer situation, then will walk around in their miniskirts.
Right.
And you just can't say no way, Jose.
Well, that's what I know. You know, we don't write emails or say anything to anybody or come up to each other.
Jose, where are you calling from? Jose, where are you calling from?
I already know that I got to go.
Where are you calling from, Jose?
What's that?
Where are you calling from?
Oakland.
Are you for real? Are you joking with us? Are you playing a game with us right now? You're a victim of the lunchtime Hummer.
So
are you just trying to make your first call on the air to this program and hear yourself on the air and have your little friends tell you how funny you were? Is that what you're doing here? Are you trying to convince me you're... Okay.
Okay, all right.
You did a good job at that, by the way. All right. See, the support group is canceled for tonight.
Oh, damn it. No way.
What are you going to do with the pastries?
Yeah, I thought Jose was going to be our only customer. But I could see through any callers. Modus operandi. What's the phrase? Modus something?
Operandi.
Yeah.
Carpe diem.
Operandi.
Something.
Right operandi.
Oh, yeah.
I can see through that in a heartbeat. Jeez. I want all you Bay Area listeners to know.
Yeah,
don't think you're going to get on the air and get one past the T-Man. You can forget it.
All she had to do is wear a mini skirt.
All right? I'm not buying. I'm the victim of the Hummer story.
Right.
I'm way too shrewd for that. We understand each other? Good.
Get connected with T-Man by dialing 1-866-663-TMAN.
That's right.
It's the T-Man Show.
Let me read a couple of text pages that have been rolling in this morning, Terry.
Okay.
97373. Don't you know that is the text page number? That's 97373. At 8:54 and 47 seconds, somebody writes, I know my wife flirts at work. She says it's just part of her personality. I say she's an effing slut.
Wow. Jeez, that's terrible.
And now I feel like I can cheat with no hesitation. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but do you believe that people have a flirtatious personality, or do you think...
it's definitely in some people's makeup to be the flirtatious types, Terry.
Sure.
And those people are effing sluts.
Wow. All right.
Maybe not. Anyway, Actually, a lot of those women that have the flirtatious side are really big-time prudes. And you know what? Your flirtation is doing nothing for us, okay? So don't think it's all cutesy and whatever.
Put out. Come on.
All right. That's right, Stephen. Say it for us all. All right. Yeah, that's the one that comes with the cute little jingles. 8:42.
Stephen's dirty every day.
Yeah. Let me skip down to 8:42 and 51 seconds. Lucas writes, T-Man, are you going to talk about T.O., the fact that he tried to kill himself last night? Well, Lucas, if you were listening earlier in the program, first of all, when we first went on this morning, Terry read the report that Terrell Owens was in the hospital due to an allergic reaction to pain medication. And what was the first thing I said, Terry? What was my first thought on that?
You said suicide,
He probably tried to off himself.
Yes.
Because Terrell's a little quirky, and some people just have some chemical imbalances to begin with, and then you start giving them depressants, and it could be a bad formula for disaster. So, yes, that is. Then around, what was it, around 7:30 this morning, when we continued on with the conversation, when you came to me with the AP report saying that the Associated Press was indicating that it might have been a suicide attempt.
Right.
What, any lure that you have now?
I do, yes. CBS News is now reporting that it was a suicide attempt. And a little bit more information. Apparently, there was a friend with Terrell Owens there.
I was kind of wondering how they got to him. The medics on the scene are the ones who have been quoted as saying they have no way of interpreting this but a suicide attempt from what you read to us around 7:30 this morning. And what do you got now? Any new information on this situation?
Well, they say the friend who is not identified in the report, quote, noticed that his prescription pain medication was empty and observed Owens putting 2 pills in his mouth. Apparently, the friend attempted to pry them away.
I thought it was 35 pills you put in his mouth.
Well, he had, but he had emptied it, and then he had
this was his dessert.
Yeah, he had 2 more from the emptied bottle.
Wow.
Left.
35 pills.
Yeah.
But he's going to be okay. His stomach was pumped.
Yes, and actually he left the hospital early this morning.
Oh, he's already out of the hospital.
Yes.
And he may be good enough to even to go to practice tomorrow or even later today for all we know. And I'm sure he'll be received very interestingly at practice by his teammates. Hey, T.O. What do you say to him? Not that they had anything to say to him anyway, because he's kind of the loner type who's got a very interesting personality. As I said earlier, Terry, I've always been a very big fan of Terrell Owens, Terry, because I like people that are different. But there's no denying this guy has a very volatile personality that is capable of doing just about anything. And last night, he was probably just having a bad night, and that's all there was to it. He had pills in front of him, and there's your story. Doesn't really have to take much more than that. Doesn't have to be, well, it's going to come out later. He's been overly depressed for years. No, he's got a very all-over-the-spectrum type personality. All he could be having is a bad night. There goes the bottle, and here we are. That's all it takes. Hey, T.O. What happens? Oh, he dropped the pass. Oh, geez. It's okay. Everything's fine.
The ref says, give it to him.
You're still the best. Because they do have refs at practice, yes.
Yes, they do.
That's what
during the game.
That's what the refs do during the week. We're talking about what's happening at practice later today.
That's a good point,
Yeah, this practice doesn't end. I'm going to kill myself. Oh, what did I say? Oh, no.
Well, this is a very sad circumstance. Terrell Owens, obviously, is got a bunch of quirks going on there, Terry, and this is just the latest one, and this is if this story is not straightened out to the contrary pretty quickly, Terry, if it's not something that they can dispute, this is a huge story. Now, I'm tempted to call my friend John Clayton, Terry, who works for ESPN. I could call him right now. Give me his number out of my file there, and because I have a lot of files around here, Terry.
You have tons of files, right?
And see, I hate to call him now because I always like to call him when I have fantasy football questions. And I know, see, right now for him, this is like his 9/11. And he's getting bombarded with phone calls because he works for ESPN.
Right.
And he's getting calls from all over the country from people that want the inside information. He's about the biggest insider in the NFL that there is.
Right.
Him and Chris Mortensen, Peter King. I'm sure you're familiar with all these names, Terry. But he's a friend of mine who was at my wedding, so he owes me this. Even though this would be the equivalent of calling like Dan Rather or Peter Jennings during 9/11.
Wow.
During the day that the towers came down.
Yeah.
What do he get you for your wedding?
I think the mini muffin maker.
Nice.
Wow.
The thing I feel the worst about for T.O. is that after 35 pain pills, he's not going to have a bowel movement for 6 months.
Oh,
wow, he's going to be stuffed up for a long time.
You're speaking from experience?
A friend told me, yes. It does it does do that to you, so now he'll have a stool softener addiction.
It constipates you in an incredible fashion?
It does do that, yes.
Right.
They often give you stool softeners when you have to take those.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope no one's eating breakfast right now.
One thing after another, huh?
That's going to be the worst part.
So tomorrow morning, the breaking news is Terrell took 35 stool softeners and is...
it's ugly.
He's crapping up a storm.
He's going to look like Mike Holmgren. He's going to have a huge gut in about 2 months because he hasn't pooped in 2 months.
Okay. That's Mike Holmgren's problem. He'd be the first to tell you that. So we have CBS reporting it was a suicide attempt. We have the AP reporting it was a suicide attempt. And so far, those are the details that you gave us is all we got. That he took 35 pills.
Yes.
And any new quotes from any new medics that were on the scene?
The only other thing that I can tell you that's kind of new is, beside a friend being there, is that KTVT TV in Dallas reported that a woman named Etheridge, likely his publicist, Kim, called police at 7:51 p.m. to report a suicide attempt. Now, earlier report, I said she's the one saying, oh, it's not serious.
Well, even if she was the one to help out in reporting to the authorities to help Terrell because he tried to commit suicide, she would still do her job and try to spin it as best she can,
right?
Calling it an allergic reaction to painkillers.
Right.
She didn't necessarily want this to get out. Although, thankfully, Terrell is going to be fine. And I wonder how the public receives him now. Because some people were bothered by his antics in the past, especially Eagle fans.
Mm-hmm.
Are you tempted to become more of a bigger fan of Terrell Owens based on this new information? Or are you just going to say, man, he's weirder than I could ever comprehend, and I don't ever want to be a fan of his? I mean, I think people's sensitive side comes out in this situation, and you want to give Terrell a hug.
I think most human beings are compassionate, but you're talking about Eagles fans?
Yeah.
Well, the Eagle
fans.
That's a good...
Yeah, I was going to say, I got what was coming to him. I'm glad he's depressed. Of course, you leave the Eagles, you get very depressed.
Right.
And they're all warped like that. But the average fan, even maybe the not-so-big NFL fan, you're going to see a side of Terrell Owens that obviously was calling out for some kind of help, and you may be more apt to root for him in the future when you may not have ordinarily have done that in the past, right or wrong?
Right.
Just know that Team Hotshot will be holding a press conference later at 3 o'clock because he is on my team.
He's on
Yes.
Hotshot Scott's fantasy football team, and if his fantasy football team wasn't in chaos before, it is certainly a Code Red Alert day now.
Locker room's a mess.
You don't think he's going to go off now?
He may go off. He could very well. Not that he needed this to go off in the past, but he wasn't going off this year so far. You still need a quarterback to help you out with going off, though. And the Dallas Cowboys have some quarterback issues, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So whether he's ready now to go off or not, based on all the new publicity that's going to come in waves now, as if it hadn't come in waves in the past, this is a major story, Terry.
Yeah.
This is a huge story of today. Okay? There's no bigger story today. You can take all your Middle East problems. You can take all your what else is going on in the world. Whatever else is going on in the world. Throw it to the back burner.
Right.
Because today, everyone is going to be talking about Terrell Owens and was it a suicide attempt? And there's no bigger story than that. They can find Bin Laden today, and it'll be on the back page. Front page is Terrell Owens.
I know. Who are you talking about?
Who?
Or maybe that's a stretch. Anyhow, should I call my friend John Clayton Terry, who's obviously very busy right now?
Yeah.
See if he has any more details?
Sure.
Bill Parcells and I will be horseback riding in 10 minutes. I have to go.
I don't blame him.
Calling John Clayton.
Hello.
Mr. Clayton.
Hi, hello?
He's busy. Broke Code Red Alert. John Clayton, T-Man here. We're on the air. Give me 30 seconds. I know you're really busy right now, but what do you know about Terrell Owens?
Well, he's a mess.
Oh,
I mean, are we surprised? He's a total and complete mess right now.
Well, you got to have some sympathy. A man who felt like...
Why don't we have some sympathy?
Jeez, John Clayton's
I mean, hey, listen. First off, I think we pretty well acknowledge that his health long-term is going to be fine, at least with his medical health.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what you have to kind of wonder now, where is he mentally? Because, he's not going to be charged with an attempted suicide. That's going to be a fact.
Well, obviously, mentally, he's in a very sad place. If he took 35 pills trying to kill himself last night, and you don't feel sympathetic sympathetic bone in your body for Terrell Owens? If you had never felt it before, you don't feel it now, John?
T-Man, what do you have him on your fantasy league or what?
Well, Hotshot does, and I feel for his team. But hey, I mean, the guy trying to kill himself, John.
No, I mean, let's put it this way. You know, nobody's going to laugh about a situation involving something that it certainly seems like Tio has a lot of issues in his life right now, whether it's the pressure, whether it's the depression from getting an injury. You know, one thing I know about Tio as far as he has, to my knowledge, never been a drug guy, and to a point where I think he even hates taking pain medication. And I get a lot of sense that, you know, the fact that he started to have to take pain medication about 2 weeks ago for the injury is a bad reaction to it. But this thing right now is really putting his Dallas future in jeopardy. Jerry Jones right now is sitting with Bill Parcells trying to make a long-term determination. You know, do you do something now? Do you bring him back? Do you give him a big hug? Or what do you do?
No, it's the opposite. Terrell Owens has been a clean liver. He cares about his body probably more than anyone else in the NFL, works out like with a passion. I was with him at a party at the Super Bowl back in 2002, I think it was. The guy didn't have a drink in his hand the whole night, and this is atypical. Not that that has one relationship to the other, but to say that he was a drug guy is so far off the mark when it comes to Terrell Owens.
That's why I'm saying that he's not, because, I mean, everything that I've known about him is that, you know, I even think that he's probably resisted many times taking pain medication. That's why I think in a lot of ways, you know, I know he had to take it 2 weeks ago just with the initial injury, and that's why he had a bad reaction to it. And this may be a little bit more than just a bad reaction, what happened last night, but the one thing we know is that he's not a drug guy. So I agree with that.
All right, so what happens today? Does Terrell Owens make a statement? Does Dallas and the Cowboys and Jerry Jones and Bill Parcells make a statement? What can we expect the rest of the day?
Well, Jerry's going to make a statement, not Bill Parcells, and my guess would be that Tio has to make a statement unless, for example, they come back and say that Tio is not going to be with the team anymore. My guess is that Jerry's going to stick by Tio, and that'll probably come out sometime within the next hour or so, but we don't know for sure.
Mm-hmm. What time do I see you?
The question is, what nation we're going to have for Hotshot if he's off the fantasy team this week?
The big question is, what time do I get to see your mug on TV? That's what I look forward to every day. What time can I expect to see you on ESPN today?
Right now, I'm late leaving the house, and I'm supposed to be 40 minutes away from being on the air, and I'm in bad shape right now, unless 405 traffic. Can I have a traffic report on 405, please?
Yeah, 405's a damn mess.
Not good, yes.
Yeah, not good.
John, all right, thank you, dude.
All right.
Take care. There he goes, John Clayton, ESPN.
Yeah.
Man, I am the last person to usually feel sorry for people.
Right.
But how about Clayton? The first reaction is just to rip T.O. for trying to commit suicide.
Right. That guy drinks 2 pots of coffee before he leaves the house every day.
Love Clayton.
He is fired up.
He's a nice guy, too. But his first impression is to call TL a bastard for what he... I mean, the guy is crying out for help. Here's a guy who definitely didn't need any more attention than he was getting. Everywhere he goes, there's a million cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a big hug.
Well, but with that said, I mean, does not the NFL provide some kind of, you know, counseling and stuff like that?
Well,
I mean, is he too...
I don't know how many NFL players are really suicidal, Terry. I don't think many are. I would hope that there aren't many. I don't think there is anyone besides Terrell that I know that has ever done this during the course of an NFL season. But it sounds like no one's denying anymore that this was, in fact, just that, a suicide attempt. And Terrell Owens, different than your average person, different even than your average NFL player. So we're dealing with a whole new set of rules here.
Mm-hmm.
But talking about Dallas cutting, he committed suicide, he's out. He tried to commit suicide, we're done with him.
Yes.
I mean, that just seems a little bit not so sympathetic, would you please?
I don't see that happening.
Jerry Jones, I knew he was a bastard.
He looks like one.
What, is Jerry Jones going to step up to the mic and say, I should have known this guy was trouble the minute we started with him?
Yeah.
He's got to put on, even if he doesn't feel it, and it sounds like John Clayton doesn't feel any sympathy, Jerry Jones has got to put on some kind of sympathetic face and talk about what they're going to do for Terrell now. Man.
Inside the huddle, I'm John Clayton.
For ESPN, I'm John Clayton. Love that guy.
Awesome.
Guy was at my wedding, Terry.
I know.
Yes. Did I mention that?
You did?
Yes.
I wrote down the elevator.
I think it got me the flattening iron there, yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Good for my hair.
Yeah, great.
Flattening iron.
I don't know what got me. Is that what a flattening iron does?
Yes.
Good for downstairs.
Really?
A little hot. Okay.
I have nothing downstairs to deal with.
Whoa.
Yes. All right, let me take a break.
Okay.
for all these callers that are waiting to talk about other things, let me clear some of these lines. All the lines are taken right now, and I apologize for cutting people off, but let's get the reaction of people out there. As I said, this is the story of the day, obviously. I know Alana has been waiting for like almost an hour. Alana, are you there? Alana? Okay, Alana hung up.
Yeah,
she was waiting.
I'm here.
She is there. Alana's been waiting from Oakland for a long time, Terry.
45 minutes, dude.
45 minutes, dude. And she's probably calling for her first time, and to cut her off now would be kind of sad.
Yeah.
So say what you got to say in about 6 seconds or less, and we'll move on.
All right, cool.
Yes.
I have to react to the Hummer story. Sorry.
All right, go ahead.
I feel bad for Tio, though. I do.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a wife who was cheated on by my husband with another coworker.
Damn shame. Let's move on to Tio. Okay, 1-866-663-T-Man. Terry, any other day, any other minute, I'm loving to talk to Alana. If she wants to call back in the future, that's wonderful. But right now, as John Clayton said, dealing with T.O. is the course of order for your given day, that being today.
Mm-hmm.
It is frustrating to watch some sort of NFL show and all they talk about is T.O.
Okay, great.
Jason is the first to call in on this subject. Yes, Jason.
Yeah, my gut feeling on this is that I truly believe you'll find out that he'll be coming out of the closet. I don't know if you ever watched MTV Cribs. He pimped out a Volkswagen Bug. What kind of man does that? First of all,
really?
So talk about beating a man when he's having a bad time. Here's Jason now saying he's a homosexual.
Well, he's so vanity. He's so.
Okay, Jason.
And there goes Jason's telephone.
The homosexual gods just got him.
Yeah.
Get him right off the air. Nate in Seattle, good morning.
Hey, what's up, T-Man?
What's up, buddy?
Not too much. Hey, this is Tiffany's husband, Nate.
Okay.
Hey, man, T.O.'s an idiot. I don't feel no sympathy for that guy, man. How many stunts has he pulled? And, you know, they were talking about trying to get him here in Seattle. I'm so glad they didn't. We sure didn't need this thing.
I always think that people are more fascinated with T.O. than it's the case that T.O. goes out of his way to do these stunts, as people say. That's the way I always felt, Terry. Now, I'm not saying he is shying away from the limelight, right?
Right.
But I totally have felt a strong feeling that Terrell Owens has been misunderstood by the public from the word go. All right? So I'm gonna defend that man a hell of a lot more than I'll defend anyone else in this world.
All right. That'll work for you then.
And I like his Volkswagen Bug. And he promised to let me drive it sometime.
Did he?
Terry, you're on the air.
Well, what?
Oh, dear. Go ahead, Terry. Yes, Terry.
You know, T.O. has, I'm sure, a lot of pressure being a football star, and yeah, maybe there should be some counseling, but I don't feel sorry for the guy. I understand that he's in need of some help. He's crying out, somebody help me, but he's just pulled way too many stunts. I think that I don't have a lot of sympathy for the guy.
Now, when he was in Dallas years ago as a Niner, Terry, and he did that
he stomped on the
thing on the Star.
On the Star, yeah.
That was over the top with what you do in a visitor's building, but, hey, it was pretty big time at the same time.
Right.
Have the guts to do something like that. Yeah, Emmett Smith, before he was whirly-twirling on Dancing with the Stars, almost took his head off.
Right. Did not like that.
Or somebody was either...
Wasn't it
No, it wasn't. It was...
Emmett Smith took the ball after Terrell did that and slammed it on the Star, and then somebody knocked his ass out when he did it a second time.
Roy Williams
I
or
don't
somebody.
know. Roy Williams wasn't even on the team back then. But it was somebody. Yeah, I truly believe it was somebody. Anyhow, let me continue on here. Let's go to Carly. You're on the air.
Yeah, I don't know anything about football, but I know that I definitely don't feel sorry for him. I think he's an attention whore. And I think
more than...
all celebrities that cry for help, I mean, what kind of cry for help do you need? You make millions of dollars
if you want to call him an attention whore, that's fine. Maybe you're entitled to your opinion, maybe you're not. But let me just put it this way. I don't necessarily agree, first of all, he's an attention whore. I think a lot of it is a misunderstanding, but he, as I said, certainly doesn't shy away from the limelight.
Right.
Okay, we'll agree on that. Or maybe you want to agree on more. But I will tell you this. If Terrell Owens leaves the NFL, you will miss him. You will miss him because he is fun to have around. All right? You'll miss him when he's gone. Trust me on that. And if you don't realize that, you're wrong. Now, is he going to have a counselor on the sideline at all times next week, Terry?
Yes.
Is that what it's going to come to?
Yes.
Everyone's talking about counseling now.
Well,
if he plays on Sunday, is there going to be a team of therapists on the sideline doing whatever needs to be done during the times that he's off the field and on the sideline?
Well, it might not be a bad idea.
Is it going to be a couch with a cold compress to put on his head? I think he'll be fine. Are there going to be pictures of ink blots that he has to look at during the timeouts and asking what he sees?
Right.
We're at association games?
Maybe so.
Oh, jeez.
A lot of people have had bad days and over-medicated. I think he'll be fine.
This was a little bit more than over-medicating. We could all enjoy a nice yellow bomber from time to time and have an easy night's cool-out period.
Right.
But to take 35 pills is more than medicating.
You okay?
Taking 35 pills is an attempt to either cry out for attention, as some people who attempt suicide do.
Right.
Or actually try to kill yourself. Now, when Kurt Cobain tried to kill himself, he wasn't playing around.
No.
He laid up the shotgun, and that's a tricky maneuver to pull the trigger on that shotgun when you have it pressed against your head.
Yeah, allegedly he did.
Courtney was holding it.
Whoa!
Dwayne, you're on the air.
Either a fire or they're testing.
Now there's
because
now
we got to notice.
Now we got a fire drill going on here. Do we evacuate the building or just keep going? I say we burn to a cinder. Yes, go ahead, Dwayne.
Man, my biggest thing is the people in Seattle are just hating, man. They're hating on T.O.
Well, these are a combination now of Seattle and Bay Area callers. Keep that in mind. Go ahead.
Whoa, okay. It's San Francisco, man, they're just hating on T.O. T.O.'s the man. Everybody knows it. Without T.O., the Eagles would have made the championship. And Dallas is going to do something positive as soon as they get a quarterback to throw the ball.
Mm-hmm. Well, it remains to be seen if Dallas is going to do anything with T.O. for the rest of the season. I don't know what his status is going to be for the rest of the year. Can people hear that on the air? The sounds of the fire alarms going off in this building?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Want me to open the door?
Okay, go ahead.
Smoke comes billowing in.
I know.
Stop, drop, and roll, Steven.
I'm hiding under the desk.
Or maybe that's just a detector because Steven just took a bottle of pills.
Whoa.
Or he went...
Daniel, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Hey, this is Dan from San Jose.
Daniel from San Jose. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm not a big fan of Terrell Owens. You know, I never liked him when he did that stunt, you know, on the star from in Dallas.
Yes.
And I think people should have some sympathy for the guy. I mean, you know, as a player, he's a good player, you know, regardless of stunts that he does pull. But, I mean, he's trying to calm down, and if he's looking for help, I think people, you know...
Yeah, well, this is going way over the line of trying to calm down, dude.
Yeah, especially when there's a friend in the room who's trying to get pills out of your hand.
Well, the friend may have not been there when he first started taking the pills, Terry. I don't know what the situation was. Maybe we'll get a clearer idea later. But, yeah, to cool down, to calm down so much that you take 35 pills, that's a little bit over the line.
Yeah, and if someone wants to donate 35, I'll try.
We'll do it live on air.
Now, Terrell probably wasn't going to play this weekend anyway because of his broken finger.
Right.
But if he was playing this weekend, let's say he does somehow play against, who are they playing this weekend? I don't even know. Dallas playing Houston? Who are they playing?
Oh, boy. They were on a bye last week. I don't know.
All right, well, whoever they're playing, if he were to play, tell me every TV set, BU1 with DirecTV, like myself, that gets every game that the NFL has, who is not watching to see Terrell Owens play this weekend after the story that is coming out this morning?
Right, everybody is right. Absolutely.
The Eagles are in 2 weeks, I think. Mm-hmm. So I think he's going to sit this one and then play with the Eagles. First game back against the Eagles.
At Tennessee this week.
Robert, that's right, Tennessee, yes.
He's going to sit.
Oh. Go ahead, Robert.
Yes.
You're up. You're up.
Yes, sir. I am a huge Dallas Cowboys fan, and I was forced to like T.O. Never forgave him for dancing on the star. And, yes, it was Roy Williams that knocked his ass out.
Oh, it was Roy Williams.
Wow.
Wait, what year was that?
That doesn't sound right.
It was in...
it was like 99 or something like that. 98.
What kind of a bitch do you... What kind of a bitch do you have to be to have all this attention on you and try to check out like this? I was forced to like T.O. He's a bitch, and I hate him, and run his ass out of Dallas.
People are angry, Terry. Can you believe this?
I'll take him on the series.
Well, I mean, no, actually...
Whatever fan of whatever team you are, you would take him in a heartbeat if he could put your team over the top.
But again, there are some out there who believe that, you know, like you've said, attention, whatever it may be. I just don't understand. Maybe it was his ego that he didn't want to ask for help, or he didn't really believe that he needed the help.
Right.
I mean, and I think that's kind of...
Well, it sounds like the callers don't think he needs help. They're seeing it as just another attention stunt. That's the way people are perceiving this.
I understand that.
That's why people are angry.
Right, but he definitely needs some kind of help, counseling, something.
He's an emotional guy.
He is very emotional.
Maybe
That's
some
obvious.
of you people out there can't understand someone who has a real wide spectrum of emotion. Because you're so freaking even keel every day. Right. I can relate a little bit. I can't wait to go home and be all depressed today.
Whoa.
Chris from San Francisco, good morning.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. First of all, it was Deion Sanders that took the ball from T.O. in Dallas at that game.
Well, as I remember it, T.O. made this big, almost like Jesus-like gesture on the star there.
Right.
And then the next time Emmitt Smith scored, he ran to the star and pounded the ball and made a gesture towards the San Francisco bench. And then T.O., after he scored a second touchdown, went back to the star, and as he was about to do something, someone knocked his ass out. And that wasn't Deion Sanders, because Deion Sanders is like a China doll. He ain't knocking anyone out.
No.
So I don't think it was Roy Williams, because I don't think Roy Williams was on the team back then. I'm pretty sure he wasn't.
Right.
I'm guaranteed.
Right.
So I don't know who it was that knocked his ass out, but it was somebody on Dallas.
Right.
Someone else.
Yeah, it was Deion Sanders.
No,
all right, whatever.
I remember, but anyway, listen,
I remember.
The thing about T.O. is he's an emotional player, and that's what makes everyone love him. That's what people like about him. He's just an emotional person. I mean, when he caught that touchdown pass when San Francisco beat Green Bay to go to the playoffs,
He was crying. I remember he was crying.
He was crying.
He was crying. I couldn't believe it. He was crying tears
like a baby.
Right,
yeah, like a baby.
Right, but again, that also irritates people because, like you say, it's kind of misunderstood.
Was weird. That was so weird. He was crying, but it wasn't like it was like tears of the combination of happy and sad. I can't take the emotion.
Oh my gosh,
it was ridiculous.
No,
that was very bizarre, but it makes T.O. T.O. and that's cool.
And
that's what people like about him.
And most people don't expect that from a big football player. I mean, you just don't cry in football, supposedly.
I thought that was baseball.
That's why people like watching him. They want to see what he's going to do next. That's why people like Dennis Rodman.
That's what I'm telling you. Now, if T.O. is to vacate the NFL, if this is his last moments, if he's played his last game, which I think is highly doubtful, obviously he's fine. When you attempt this kind of suicide and they pump your stomach, you're back to normal in no time.
Yeah, he's already out of the hospital.
Yes, he will be going back to work. However, let's say, hypothetically, this was his last game. What are you going to do without him? What are you going to do without him? You're going to be a little more bored than you used to be. Not that the NFL is anywhere near boring.
Right. Well, but you also have to realize that somebody will come along and take his place eventually. You'll get another young player.
It was George Teague. John Clayton just called it. It was George Teague that knocked his ass out, Terry.
Okay.
See? It wasn't Roy Williams. It wasn't Deion Sanders.
Right.
All right? It was George Teague. We're being told that when Terrell went back to that star and tried to do a second encore performance, George Teague knocked his ass out. And he hit him good, Terry.
Kind of from behind, too. It was great.
Good stuff.
Use your words carefully.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Maybe he's homosexual. I forgot about that. That's a rumor now.
The Volkswagen, remember?
Back with more after these words.
The T-Man Show. Call now. 1-866-663-T-Man.
9:26 and 50 seconds. Somebody writes, T.O. is a disgrace. He screwed the Eagles. He pulled the Sharpie thing. T-Man, it sounds like you want to give him all the Hummers he can handle. Oh, that's nice. Because I have a rare bit of sympathy on this morning, Terry, for a man who tried to kill himself last night. Let's see, we got a 9:25 and 29 seconds. I feel sorry for him very much. If he died last night, everyone would be changing what they're saying this morning. This is bigger than any football stunt, people. Writes somebody at 9:25 and 29 seconds, Terry. Yes.
Right.
9:24 and 9 seconds. Somebody writes, Terrell Owens loves himself too damn much to try to commit suicide. 9:22 and 40 seconds. Let us not forget Deion Sanders attempted suicide himself when he drove his car up off a cliff on purpose. I remember that as well. And there can be a direct relationship between what Terrell was feeling last night and Deion, who was probably a similar guy in stature and flamboyancy and everything else you want to tack on there as Terrell Owens is, Terry. 9:22 and 0 seconds. 7 minutes. That Jason fag can shut the F up because I pimped out my VW bug and I get more pooty than 2 Live Crew. And everyone knows.
Wow.
Everyone knows 2 Live Crew still getting it done big time today, Terry.
He's probably right. He gets 1 girl a year.
9:13 and 42 seconds. I would kill myself, too, if I played for the Cowboys. 9:06 and 39 seconds. This is just a publicity stunt. T.O. called the paramedics himself. Signed, Jonathan.
Jeez. T.O.'s cool and all, but where's all the girls that want to meet at Jamba Juice?
9:04 and 47 seconds. Somebody writes, my wife cheated on me 4 times, and I still love her as much as the moment I said I do.
Oh, man,
yeah.
I do.
That.
I do.
When she said I do, you should have said with who?
Yeah, too much, you do.
Do I have time for a couple of final calls here or what? I know we got Christy coming up on Wild 94. No, don't tell me no. I can sneak in a couple. Yes, a couple. Angel, real quick, 10 seconds or less. Go.
Hi, T-Man. Just
How are
wanted
you?
to say hi.
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Oh, glad you're one of the last calls I'm going to take this morning.
All right, cool.
Yes.
I called because I wanted to see if I can get through when my name was called.
Oh, you can get through. Yes, if we pull your bill, you mean?
Yeah.
So you're just testing the waters?
I'm just testing.
Yeah, well, I really don't have time to take this call on the air. So hang on, we'll talk off the air, all right? And I'll tell you the best way to get your bill paid for.
Okay.
All right? Where are you calling from?
From San Jose.
Ah, perfect. Hang on.
Definitely have Jamba Juice there.
Oh, yeah, they
That's where it
do.
started, I think.
All right, to all the other callers that we didn't have time for this morning, call back tomorrow, and we'll do it then.
Wow, then.
Especially Shauna and Brandon.
Oh, yeah.
And all the others. Shelly Hart coming up on Cube 93 in Seattle.
Yep.
Christy coming up 94.9 in the Bay. Yeah.
The T-Man Show returns after this.